Jambo Construction and Fencing Company, LLC is a veteran-owned and operated company right here in the Eastern Panhandle of West Virginia that specializes in decks, fencing, and hardscaping. Find us on Facebook at Jambo Construction and Fencing to see more of the projects we've completed. For a free estimate, you can call Bo Bartley at 304-268-5452 or Jamie Gall at 304-279-5053. We are licensed and insured in the state of West Virginia, and as Martinsburg alums, we say, go Bulldogs.
Looking for some nightlife? Then look no further. Laddie's Bar and Grill has a full bar and kitchen, pool table, and entertainment with great food at affordable prices. You can dine in or carry out by calling us at 304-263-5233. Laddie's is open Monday through Saturdays from 8 a.m. to 3 a.m. and Sundays from 10 a.m. to 3 a.m. We serve breakfast all day long, and our lunch and dinner specials are posted every day on our Facebook page. So stop on in to Laddie's Bar and Grill, located at 107 Lutz Avenue in Martinsburg.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%, Parsons' goal of financing for all, and Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
Hi, Crescia Hornby here. Larry DeMarco, broker of Modern Realty Results, believes he has some of the best real estate agents in the Eastern Panhandle. Agents at Modern Realty Results have years of experience and knowledge of the local real estate market. Agents within the office work as a team to provide quality customer service. We strive to always ensure client satisfaction through handling every transaction with honesty and integrity, all while offering competitive rates. Modern Realty Results is veteran-owned and managed. Please call us at 262-4222, modernrealtyresults.com.
The following is a special sports broadcast presentation of Talk Radio WRNR Martinsburg.
Play ball!
It's time for the fun and excitement of West Virginia high school baseball. Today's game is being brought to you by
Parsons Ford of Martinsburg, the Skinner Law Firm, Laddie's, Trips Flooring, Jambo Construction and Fencing, the Mirius Group of Financial Advisors, Smallwood and Small Insurance, CMA Honda of Winchester, Bechtel Jewelers, Cody's Auto Body, Rock's Local Markets, CMA Toyota Chevrolet of Martinsburg, Orsini's Home Store, Farmers and Mechanics Insurance Companies, WVU Medicine Berkeley and Jefferson Medical Centers, the Mansion Ferretti Law Firm, and by Hagerstown Ford.
And now for the pregame show. Let's go out to the field and join our Talk Radio WRNR broadcast team.
Good evening and welcome to the Nest at the Hedgesville Baseball Complex. Nick Verzolini alongside me, Colin McLaughlin, as we get you set for West Virginia High School Baseball sectional playoff action between the Spring Mills Cardinals, the 4 seed here in Region 2, Section 1, and the number 1 seed in Region 2, Section 1, the Hedgesville Eagles. Nick Verzolini alongside me, Colin McLaughlin. Braden Schaffner, our cameraman. Back in the studio is Dylan Bishop. And Colin, well, first of all, for those of you that are expecting us to be at Musselman Martinsburg, maybe you didn't see it, the game has been postponed to tomorrow due to the rain, the field conditions, and Musselman unable to play, but they're able to play here. And for us, it kind of works out, Colin, because we get to see both first-round matchups here in Section 1, opposed to only seeing one.
Yeah, it always is tough, and you feel bad for the other 2 schools when you have to pick one game over another, especially come postseason, but now we get the chance to cover both games since Musselman Martinsburg has been postponed to tomorrow, same time, same place. So we'll have that game at 6:40 pregame, 7 p.m. first pitch tomorrow at Musselman. But we now get to see Hedgesville and Spring Mills today. Winner of that plays the winner of tomorrow's game. So I'm excited to see these 2 teams go up against each other, and I hope that it's a great game.
Yeah, I do as well. And when you look at the matchup, on paper, it obviously favors the Eagles. They won 21 games, a 21-7 record. 4-19 Spring Mills. The last time these two teams met, it was a 21-0 win for Hedgesville. So a lot definitely leans you toward thinking the Eagles should come out and dominate this game. But I think when we look at the pitching matchup, even though Bromwell did start that 21-0 game, not all of those runs were earned. He pitched only a 1 2/3 innings, and the stats between him and Lane DeLauder's going to JMU, only a junior. They're actually pretty similar besides the win-loss record. Bromwell sitting at 1-6 with a 3.5 earned run average. He's given up 44 hits this season, 16 earned runs, 42 strikeouts, 15 walks. Less starts than I think DeLauder overall, but 36 innings pitched for Lane, 3.5 earned run average, 3-3 record. The numbers are pretty similar between these two guys. Both guys have the same exact ERA pretty much.
Yeah, in that 21-0 slaughter for Hedgesville over Spring Mills, you already mentioned, Bromwell went out, got the start 1 2/3. All the runs that he gave up, the 7, all unearned because Spring Mills defensively had 5 errors. So it's not the pitching that you worry about if you're a Cardinal fan. It has to be the defense. If that defense can sharpen up, it's going to be more of a competitive game, which is what you want to see from these teams, is a competitive game. Nobody likes seeing a 21-0 game, and hopefully that's not the case again. But we'll see, and I'm really looking forward to a competitive game, and with that, hopefully it's a game that you don't see 5 errors in if you're the Cardinals.
The Cardinals have also struggled to find their offense at times this season. Not a real threatening lineup for Hedgesville. 246 average for Engle. Compton coming in at 312. 255 for Ecklerberg. Bromwell 276. You compare that to the Hedgesville Eagles offense, where you have Maryland Connor obviously leading the way with a 468 average. 328 average for Brown. 364 for Rest. Pedersen 323. Quinn 314. French 316. Wolf also hitting over 300 and 359. And 327 for Gano. The only guy not in the lineup that's not hitting above 300 is Landon Pence, 255 average. So, interesting to see that, Colin, when you look at the matchup. I mean, Spring Mills has just lacked offense this season, and it won't be easy going against DeLauder, as I mentioned earlier, a D1 player.
Yeah, you like Hedgesville's chances whenever he's out there. He's one of those big 3 pitchers for them in DeLauder, Ruest, and Matthew. So we weren't sure who was going to start. We both said on the Sports Mix today we thought maybe Matthew would get the start since he got the start in that 21-0 win. But you know that you can trust DeLauder out there on the mound for Hedgesville, and he's somebody that is one of the best, if not the best, in the EPAC. So you expect him to have a big game today.
Yeah, so we're going to step aside for our first break. When we come back, we will have the coaches' interviews. This is West Virginia High School Baseball on Talk Radio, WRNR and TV10. We're back in 2 minutes.
Happiness grows here. Orr's Farm Market.
Strawberry season is here at Orr's Farm Market. Pick your own strawberries will be starting around May 13th, and you can make a reservation to come and pick, or buy some that are already picked. We're also offering a season pass this year, so get online at orrsfarmmarket.com to see the details. Visit our bakery counter today to try our new homemade quiches, pepperoni rolls, and don't miss our 2 new flavors of homemade strawberry donuts. Check us out on Facebook and Instagram, and remember, Orr's Farm Market, happiness grows here.
Honda HR-V, CR-V, Pilot, Passport, and Ridgeline. They all have one thing in common. They never back off from a challenge. Available with all-wheel drive, the Honda SUV lineup has the performance you can count on and the capability to amaze. It's no wonder Kelley Blue Book's KBB.com named Honda the 2022 Best Value brand.
CMA's Honda of Winchester, 3985 Valley Pike. CMA, moving lives forward.
Based on 2022 brand image awards from Kelley Blue Book, visit KBB.com for more information. You've been in an accident. A distracted driver put texting over safety. Your injuries, loss of income, and medical bills can last a long time, even a lifetime. Our job is to try and secure justice that will protect you and your family for the rest of your life. Mansion Ferretti, when you need justice.
We welcome you back here to Hedgesville at the Nest, the Hedgesville Baseball Complex. Nick Verzolini alongside me, Colin McLaughlin. We'll now get into our coaches' interviews here on the Countdown to First Pitch, brought to you by the Skinner Law Firm, injury and consumer rights lawyers. Call 304-245-6613 or go to skinnerfirm.com. We will start with the head coach of the Spring Mills Cardinals, Brad Baird, and then hear from Hedgesville head coach Eric Grove.
Coach of the Spring Mills Cardinals, Brad Barrett. Coach, your team comes into the playoffs after kind of an up-and-down regular season with a young group. What have you liked about the guys so far this year, and what are some things you'd like to see in the postseason to make a run?
I mean, I say it all the time, starting today, everybody's 0-0 again. It's a fresh season for this, fresh start for everybody. I want to come in there with a, game-winning mindset, kind of set that tone early in the game and see how it goes.
This Hedgesville team on the other side, kind of the opposite of you guys. They have an experienced group and they had a successful regular season. What are some challenges that they bring here for the first round for you guys?
I mean, they click, man, when they need to. They got a couple guys that can throw a little bit. They hit the ball well. Things that we're struggling right now. So that's obviously a different scenario for us. But like I said, we're going to try to come in here with a whole new mindset. Hopefully that changes things up for us.
Who are you pitching tonight, and what are you looking to get out of him?
We're throwing Alex Bumwell. I mean, he's a guy that we trust on the mound a lot. He's a gutsy guy that's going to go out there and take the ball whenever he has a chance. He gives us every chance we can do. We just got to back him up on the field and hit the ball for him.
Last time you guys faced off against Hedgesville, it was a tough loss, obviously, 21-0 final. What were some things you kind of take from that game, or was it more so like kind of a tune-up game for sectionals?
I mean, honestly, it was like quicksand, man. We actually started off pretty well. Started off the first 2 innings doing okay, and then we had like 4 errors back-to-back in the second inning, I believe. And then it just started getting worse from there. We weren't hitting the ball. I think we had a total of 3 hits out of like the entire game. You can't produce runs without hitting the ball. So we got to do that better at that aspect, and handle the baseball a little bit better, and make sure we help him out on the mound.
Anything in particular you think you need to do to get a win tonight?
Hit. Got to hit, man. Guys score runs. That's how it works.
All right, Coach. Thank you. Good luck today.
Thank you, man.
Now here with the head coach of the Hedgesville Eagles, Eric Grove. Coach, your team coming into the postseason, taking on Spring Mills, a team you were able to beat in one of the last regular season games, 21-0. A team that is pretty young on their side, but obviously kind of a restart of the season here when you begin the postseason. What's your thoughts on, I guess, how you think your team will perform in sectionals?
No, as far as what we did against them, it's a wash now, and everybody gets a chance with a lot of days off, and so that's one of the big things for me is, how do people react to several days off, and thought we had some really good practices mixed in over the weekend and yesterday, and so, I feel good about where we're at, but I know that we have to come out and play and forget anything that happened against them beforehand, because it's hard to beat teams 3 times, it's hard to beat, rivals 3 times, and I'd imagine they'll be pumped up ready to play tonight.
When you look at your section, Spring Mills has knocked off Musselman, and then everybody else is kind of split against each other. So while you guys are the 1 seed, it's certainly not going to be easy. What's your overall thoughts, I guess, on the section this year?
No, it's not going to be easy tonight, and it won't be easy whenever the next one comes around. And I think that this is such an even year. It was really hard to separate, where teams fit, because there's some common opponents. Like a lot of us will play similar double and triple A's across the state, but this body of work was very similar between really 4 teams. Jefferson got hot in the middle of the year, and I think that propelled them forward. The rest of us, we had to battle it out. I'm as happy that we ended on top, but that means nothing now. You have to win the same number of games. And so we need to come out and brave with focus and good energy tonight.
Rain came through this morning. You guys are able to play. Musselman and Martinsburg are not able to play. How's the field holding up? Any impact on the game today?
No, the field's great, and there were some dicey times this afternoon, but kept looking at the forecast, looked outstanding tonight. Honestly, the next couple of days look too hot for me. So I like this tonight. I think it's a beautiful evening. I'm happy that, we're able to give people some baseball where maybe they weren't elsewhere. I'm sure it's frustrating for them just from a pitching standpoint that whichever one of these teams tonight comes out on top will, have a little bit of an advantage, but it's not much. And so hopefully that we can come out tonight and prove that we were deserving of the 1 seed by playing well, and I like where we're at if we play the way we practiced the last couple of days.
Who are you pitching tonight? What are you looking to get out of him?
Lane DeLauder. I have no pitching restrictions on him. Want him to find his groove again, throw a lot of strikes on his home mound, hopefully have a little success. This team that he was able to pitch well against early in the year, and we'll see where it goes from there. Hopefully we got several. I think our depth is really our pitching, so hopefully maybe we can find a way to get some runs on the board, and we'll see what happens, but I'm not counting on that.
Anything else you need to see from the guys tonight to get a win?
I want good energy early, just because I feel like sometimes we are complacent in the beginning of games. That's not going to serve you well in the playoffs. So we come out with good energy from the beginning, hopefully have a clean top of the first. We need to score. We need to score every inning. That's always our mission, and hopefully we can manage that.
All right, Coach. Thank you. Good luck tonight.
Thank you, sir.
That was both teams' head coaches. Our coaches' interviews brought to you by Laddie's Bar and Grill, located at 107 Lutz Avenue in Martinsburg. If you're looking for some fun nightlife and great food at affordable prices, then dine in at Laddie's or carry out by calling them at 304-263-5233. We will take a 2-minute break. On the other side of that break, we'll have first pitch. This is West Virginia High School Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
Before the invitations and the dress, the flowers, cake, candles, or vows, there was an answer to a question proposed with a ring.
Bechtel Jewelers knows that an important part of your wedding happens before the I-dos. We're a diamond store with an engagement and bridal jewelry selection that's both exciting and accessible.
On the big day, there's everything else, and there's the ring. Make sure you get this one right at Bechtel Jewelers in Inwood.
My kids, you know I want the best for you, don't you? We need to have a conversation.
End-of-life planning is no one's favorite discussion, but the relief of having everything in place when the hour of need arrives is a gift. Give it to your family. Plan ahead with us.
Brown Funeral Homes, a leading provider of cremations, invites you to explore the many flexible options of cremation. From environmental considerations to the benefit of greatly reduced cost, it may be the perfect answer for your family. Online at brownfuneralhomeswv.com. Brown Funeral Homes, here for you.
In celebration of National Hospital Week, May 7th through the 13th, WVU Medicine would like to recognize and thank our employees, physicians, volunteers, auxilians, and chaplains at both Berkeley Medical Center and Jefferson Medical Center for their dedication to the well-being and health of our communities. Our healthcare workers inspire us every day and are at the heart of National Hospital Week. Join us in celebrating National Hospital Week at WVU Medicine.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%, Parsons' goal of financing for all, and Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
Hedgesville Baseball Complex here in Hedgesville, West Virginia, as we are just about ready for first pitch between the Hedgesville Eagles and the Spring Mills Cardinals. Nick Verzolini alongside me, Colin McLaughlin, here on TV 10 and WRNR TV on YouTube, as well as Talk Radio WRNR 106.5 FM and AM 740. Braden Schaffner's our cameraman, and back in the studio is Dylan Bishop. And Colin, let's get into our EPAC baseball roundup, brought to you by Jambo Construction and Fencing LLC, a veteran-owned company that specializes in decks, fencing, and hardscaping. For a free estimate, you can call Bo Bartley at 304-268-5452. We know about the game that was postponed between Martinsburg and Musselman. Did Washington Hampshire get postponed, or were they able to play?
No, they are playing, and it looks like they are getting ready to start just like us. The national anthem at Washington getting ready to wrap things up, and then it'll be time for the Section 2 semifinal between the Patriots and the Hampshire Trojans. Winner of that will play Jefferson tomorrow. They're the 1 seed in that 3-team section. They get the bye. Right,
so should be interesting to see how things play out in both sections. Really looking forward to some good matchups. Lane DeLauder takes the mound for the Eagles in the home blue uniforms with the white numbers, and white letters in the logo, and white pants with the blue stripe down the side, the blue and white hat for the Eagles as well. For the Cardinals, it's the red jerseys with the white numbers and white stripe around the front of the jersey, and then the gray pants with the red stripe down the side. As beautiful day for baseball it's turned out to be after rain this morning. 65 degrees and sunny here at first pitch. We'll drop into the 40s late this evening, but low in the 50s throughout probably the majority of this game. Our weather brought to you by CMA's Toyota of Martinsburg on Foxcroft Avenue, home of the lifetime limited powertrain warranty with every new vehicle that we sell at no additional cost to you. So DeLauder starts on the mound, a 3-3 record, 3.5 earned run average in his 36 innings pitched this season. Engel will lead things off for the Cardinals. We'll get you the starting lineups brought to you by Trips Flooring. Not sure where to go or who to trust for your flooring needs? Call Trips Flooring at 304-229-7009 or online at tripsfloorsanding.com. For the Cardinals, it will be Engel, Compton, Eckelberg, Bromwell, Girardin, Everhart, Cumley, Stanley, and Sweeney. We'll get you the Hedgesville lineup when they come to the plate. As DeLauder steps on the rubber, Engel digs into the batter's box, and the first pitch is swung on and fouled away. Our first pitch is brought to you by CMA Chevrolet of Martinsburg on Foxcroft Avenue. For quality vehicles, a friendly team, and professional service at every step of the way, Chevy, find new roads. 0-1 count, the next pitch from DeLauder. A called strike 2 on the outside corner.
That one had some movement early, like that, breaking away, trying to go after Engel with him chasing, now behind.
The 0-2 pitch fouled away by Engel. 246 hitter on the year, 6 RBIs in the leadoff spot for the Cardinals. Spring Mill's a 4-19 regular season. 0-2 count again. The next pitch from the right-hander, DeLauder, is fouled down the third baseline. We'll give you the Hedgesville defense behind the plate and doing the catching. Brett Pedersen down at third base, Noah Brown. At shortstop, it's Braylon Connor. At second base, Chris French. Jackson Roest is over at first. Pence, Gano, Wolf from left to right in the outfield, and Lane DeLauder doing the pitching this evening for Hedgesville. The next pitch is in the dirt for a ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes here on Engel.
Yeah, again, he tried to get him to chase, but Engel held the bat back, trying to extend this at bat as the leadoff batter.
1 ball, 2 strikes. The next pitch from DeLauder ran in and hit Engel on the head. Appears to be okay as he shakes it off, but definitely a tough way to get hit. And then I think maybe Lane lost the ball on its way back to the mound. But Engel is on first base with the hit by pitch.
Yeah, fortunately he looks to be okay, but that looked like it could have been really dangerous as that one, I think, hit him right in the helmet and knocked the helmet off, but that's why you wore it.
It's true.
Now batting number 7, Cam Compton.
Now luckily, or I guess the good thing about the hit by pitch is it puts a runner on first base with nobody out to lead off the ball game for Spring Mills, and Compton, who's been the Cardinals' best hitter this season, batting .312 on the year, 11 RBIs, leads the team in both of those categories. First pitch to Compton is low for ball 1.
get to see DeLauder work early in the stretch with a base runner on, see if Spring Mills is able to capitalize, put the pressure on him.
The 0-1, a swing and a miss for strike one. Ball gets away from Pedersen, and Engel will take second base on the pass ball.
There you go. Now a runner in scoring position, still nobody out for Spring Mills. They don't have to be too aggressive. Maybe they now lay down a bunt potentially as infield corners coming in, expecting it.
So Engel takes his lead off second base. Compton digs back in on a 1-ball, 1-strike count. And awaits the pitch from DeLauder. It's a swing and a miss on a breaking ball for strike two. Pitch with a lot of movement there from the tall 6'6" right-hander, Lane DeLauder. Looks back at the runner, delivers the 1-2, and it's fouled away by Compton. So runner on second base for the Cardinals. 1-2 count, nobody out, top of the first inning. Engel reaching on the hit by pitch to begin the ball game. And then a pass ball led him to second base. The next pitch from DeLauder, smoked into left field. That ball has some carry. It's going to get down for extra bases. Engel rounds third. He'll come in to score easily from second. It's an RBI double for Caden Compton, and the Cardinals lead it 1-0 here at the top of the first inning.
The bats have come out so far for Spring Mills after losing last time. We mentioned 21-0. No shutout today for Hedgesville as they get the runner on and get a loud base hit to start. A runner still in scoring position with nobody out after that double.
So we'll see if Lane DeLauder can regain the control here with a runner on second base. And Eckelberg coming to the plate, the designated hitter. The first pitch to him, low for ball one. Not the start the Eagles wanted out on the mound from DeLauder. Gives up a hit by pitch. Pass ball, hit a RBI double, and an early 1-0 lead for the 4 seed in Section 1, the 6 seed overall, the Cardinals, and this one's hit well out towards center field. Gano charges in, makes the play, and he'll pick off the runner at second base for out number 2. A double play by Gage Gano. Compton going too far against one of the best defensive center fielders in the EPAC, and Gano makes the play on the run and then fires to second for out number 2.
Yeah, just a little too aggressive on the base pass was Compton. Got too much of a jump there, and as soon as he realized it was caught, he tried to come back but slipped up, and after that he had no chance whatsoever.
So I'll bring the pitcher Bromwell to the plate. First pitch in there for a called strike. Bromwell hitting .276 this year, 8 RBIs. The next pitch hit hard but foul and out of play. So Bromwell finds himself in an 0-2 count with nobody on now and 2 down in the inning. 1-0 Spring Mills on top of Hedgesville here in the top of the first. The next pitch from Lane DeLauder. Called strike 3. Got him looking on a pitch at the knees. And we head to the bottom of the first. It's 1-0 Spring Mills. They're able to get an RBI double from Compton to take the early 1-0 lead. We come back with the bottom of the first, and the Eagles come to the plate. This is West Virginia High School Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
To get the best opportunity to be seen and recruited, join the American Legion Post 14 Hornets baseball team. Managed by Trip Tobin, Post 14 will prepare you for the next level by playing the best possible schedule, along with an experienced coaching staff and alumni coming back to help guide you through the process.
Brings up Camion Gonzalez with runners on the corners. Runner from first going, and it's a fair ball down the third base line by Gonzalez. That's going to allow one to score.
The Berkeley Post 14 Hornets are the premier Legion baseball team in the area. The Palace Lounge in Martinsburg is the place to be. Join us every night to relax and enjoy football or basketball games featuring either the Martinsburg Bulldogs, Shepherd University Rams, or West Virginia Mountaineers. We will have steak night every Wednesday, trip nights every Thursday, and now taco and margarita nights every Tuesday. You can find us on Facebook or call 304-267-7520. The Palace Lounge is located at 1350 Edwin Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg.
We welcome you back here to the Hedgesville Baseball Complex. We'll give you the Starting lineups for the starting lineup for the Hedgesville Eagles brought to you by Trips Flooring. Not sure where to go to who to trust for your flooring needs? Call Trips Flooring at 304-229-7009 or online at tripsfloorsanding.com. For the Eagles, will be leading off and playing shortstop, number 12, Braylon Connor. Batting second, the third baseman, number 17, Noah Brown. Batting third, the first baseman, number 7, Jackson West. Batting fourth, the catcher, number 11, Brett Pedersen. Batting fifth, the designated hitter, number 24, Connor Quinn. Batting sixth, the second baseman, number 2, Chris French. Batting seventh, the left fielder, number 6, Landon Pence. Batting eighth, the right fielder, number 5, Eli Wolf. And rounding out the lineup, the center fielder, number 1, Gage Gannell, who made that great play to help Hedgesville get out of that first inning. It's 1-0 Spring Mills, though, after the Compton RBI double to put the Cardinals up. And now, Alex Bromwell's capable of it, Colin. And obviously he's going to need some help from his defense. But with a 1-0 lead, Spring Mills is, at least early on, I don't think one run is probably going to be enough to beat this Hedgesville team, but has some confidence, gets a lead for one of the better pitchers in the EPAC.
Yeah,
Bromwell.
You can go out there if you're Bromwell with a little bit more comfort, but you have to rely on your defense, and they can't have 5 errors like they did last game. We were talking off the air, somebody, for the first time we believe, playing at first base for Spring Mills in his varsity career, Stanley, was watching him in warm-ups. He seems comfortable over there at first, so we'll have to keep an eye on him.
Yeah, I believe this is his first varsity action at all, whether it be at first base or anywhere, as this pitch misses in the dirt to Connor for ball 1. 468 batting average on the year for Braylon Connor, one of the toughest outs in the Eastern Panhandle. 1 home run, 21 RBIs for the senior shortstop. The 1-0 from the big right-hander Bromwell is fouled away by Connor for strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike.
That one went over towards the Little League field. So he got a good piece of it, just needs to straighten it out.
1 ball, 1 strike to Braylon Connor. The next pitch, called strike at the knees. And Bromwell works ahead. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
We've talked about Connor before. Not only can he get on base, and that's what you want from your leadoff hitter, he can drive in runs too. At a 2 RBI game last time.
Second on the team in RBIs behind Jackson Arrest. But he gets called out looking here on a strike 3 call. So Bromwell starts the game with a strikeout.
Yeah, he painted the corner nicely on that one, right in the top right corner of that strike zone to get him looking.
So I'll bring Noah Brown to the plate. 328 batting average, 10 RBIs. Guy that's kind of rotated with Trent Canerium at third base, but as of late, Brown has really taken over that spot as there's a called strike to begin the at-bat. And he's also solidified himself as that 2-hitter in this lineup. The next pitch, Brown sends a slow roller off his foot, so it'll be a dead ball and just a strike instead, but certainly doesn't feel great for Noah Brown.
Yeah, he's not wearing a shin guard, and I think it not only hit his foot, but then rolled up and might have hit his ankle or his shin. Looking at it, examining that left leg, trying to put some weight on it. Seems like he'll be okay to continue, but we'll see how much weight he can put on it when he drops that plant foot down to use his legs and his hips for this swing.
So no 2 count on Noah Brown. The next pitch from Bromwell misses low and outside for ball 1. Good waist pitch there from the right-hander. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 1-0 Spring Mills here in the bottom of the first inning. The next pitch from Alex Bromwell. Swing and a miss, strike 3. It's back-to-back strikeouts to begin the game for the Cardinals ace.
We said he had a little bit of extra comfort up there, already being up 1-0. It looks like he has a lot of comfort up there. Back-to-back strikeouts to start against this lineup is a great way. I mean, it's great against anybody, but this one of the toughest ones in the EPAC. So
Jackson Arrest will come to the plate, batting .364 on the year. Leads the team in RBIs with 24. Pitch misses outside for ball one. He's also been one of the best pitchers in the EPAC for the Hedgesville Eagles. Not pitching here tonight, but a 1-0 count. The next pitch to Ruest misses outside for ball two.
Yeah, he went to the same place trying to get Ruest to either chase or if he can maybe get that called strike on the outside corner.
So Jackson certainly putting together a season that could be considered the EPAC Player of the Year. The 2-0 pitch, fouled away.
Yeah, Jackson's just a tremendous athlete. We know he plays football, he's the quarterback. We got to see him work the post basketball season, making it to the state tournament with Hedgesville, and now one of the best in the EPAC for baseball.
The next pitch to Ruest just misses for ball three. 3 balls, 1 strike. 2 down, 1-0 Spring Mills, bottom of the first inning between the Cardinals and the Eagles. The 3-1 from Bromwell. Called a strike on the outside corner.
Ruest, I think, like you, thought that was ball 4. Surprised with that strike call, but it must have just clipped the knees.
It might have been not the best frame by Everhart, but came over as a strike. The 3-2 pitch. That does miss inside for ball 4, so Ruest able to extend the inning, draw the walk, and bring another dangerous hitter to the plate in Pedersen.
Now batting, number 11, Brett Pedersen.
And I think that's another thing that Jackson does really well is his average is good, his RBIs are good, but he also finds ways to get on and have really quality at-bats. He'll lay down bunts from time to time. And he really just takes what the defense gives him from either the pitching perspective or how the defense is aligned. The pitch to Pedersen is high for ball 1. 323 average for Pedersen, 2 homers, 21 RBIs.
Yeah, 21 RBIs ties him in second with Connor for most on Hedgesville.
Next pitch to Pedersen hits the zone for strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 down, 1-0 Spring Mills. Rest on first base. He'll take off and run, and Rest is in there with the stolen base. Now he'll make the turn toward third, slide a little bit in between second and third. Saw that earlier when Compton tried to get back from third to second when he took off on that ball hit in left center field that ended up being a double play. So maybe a little bit slick out there between second and third with the rain we had earlier. Or it could just be guys taking a big turn or whatever the case may be. With the pitch to Pedersen, hit hard on the ground towards short. It's through. The shortstop's glove, off his glove, I should say. Cumley couldn't field it cleanly, and it's runners on the corners now for the Eagles after the error.
Yeah, a great 2-out rally right now. If they can bring Ruest home, they tie the game. We also got a courtesy runner coming in for Hedgesville, it looks like. His courtesy runner will be courtesy of the American Legion Post 14 Hornet, your Premier Legion team in the area.
I believe that's Tanner Matthew down there at first base. Courtesy running for the catcher, Pedersen. Pedersen will be a part of the Hornets on their U17 team. So
we saw when last week Spring Mills took on Jefferson and lost 6-3. With runners in the corners, Jefferson decided to steal from first to second to see if they'd throw, then bring the runner home from third. Let's see if Hedgesville tries to take that out of Jefferson's playbook here to tie things up.
Matthew will be thrown over on from Bromwell and get back to first.
For the Eagles, number 13, Tanner Matthew.
So Matthew on first, Ruest on third. Pretty good speed on the base paths for Connor Quinn, the designated hitter, hitting .314 on the year, 1 home run, 12 RBIs, and a 1-1 count on him. 1-0 count with 2 down in the inning. And a 1-0 lead for the Cardinals. Chris French is in the on-deck circle. Hedgesville trying to rally here in this bottom of the first. Runner takes off, hit hard right past the 5-6 hole where the shortstop would have been. That will drive in Ruest. We're tied at 1 here in the bottom of the first. Runners on the corners now after the RBI single for Connor Quinn, and Chris French coming to the plate.
Yeah, they went with the hit and run. Matthew took off on the wind-up. That had to move Cumley over to cover the bag, and that created even more of a gap in between shortstop and third for that base hit to get through.
Yeah, excellent hitting and offense from the Eagles. Chris French will now come to the plate. .316 batter, 16 RBIs for the Eagles second baseman, who are looking to rally here. Tied at 1 now in the bottom of the first inning. Bromwell delivers the pitch to French. It's hit hard, just foul down that third base line, with Matthews standing on third as he was able to advance all the way from first to third on the RBI single from Quinn. Quinn on first base. Pence in the on-deck circle. Bromwell takes a breath and now resets on the mound. The next pitch from Bromwell, swing and a miss on an off-speed pitch for strike 2.
That one fooled French.
0-2 count here on the Eagles' second baseman, wearing number 2 with 2 down in the inning and 2 on. The next pitch to French. Slow roller hit towards short. The third baseman dives for it. The shortstop, Cumley, makes the play, fires over to Stanley for the final out of the inning, but Hedgesville does come back to tie it at 1. We head to the second with our score. Hedgesville 1, Spring Mills 1. We're back in 60 seconds. This is West Virginia High School Baseball and Talk Radio, WRNR and TV 10.
There's a local family moving in our territory.
What do you want from me?
Taste it. It's really good.
We're going through the mattresses.
It's not personal. It's strictly business. Leave the guns. Take the pizza.
Rocks, now serving hot, fresh pizza to die for.
Ow, that really hurt.
Locust Hill Golf Course invites you to historic Charlestown, West Virginia for 18 holes of phenomenal golf. We're just an hour drive from the Baltimore-D.C. Beltway, 1/2 hour from Winchester and Leesburg, Virginia, as well as Hagerstown and Frederick, Maryland. Each tee offers challenges across the 35 acres of lakes, ponds, and streams, which come into play on 11 holes. The Blue Ridge Mountains also provide a breathtaking backdrop to Locust Hill. Schedule your tee time today at www.locusthillgolfcourse.com or call 304-728-7300. That's 304-728-7300.
We welcome you back to Hedgesville. Our score, Hedgesville 1, Spring Mills 1 in sectional baseball action in West Virginia High School baseball. Winner of this game will play the winner of Martinsburg-Musselman. Those two teams were supposed to be playing right now, but due to Musselman's field conditions, that game has been postponed to tomorrow. We will have it for you on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10 as it's a 2 versus 3 matchup in Section 1. This is a 1 versus 4 matchup. Nick Verzolini alongside me, Kyle McLaughlin. And Kyle, we saw some good things from the Cardinals in that first inning. They were able to jump out to that 1-0 lead. Now we're tied up at 1 after Hedgesville responds. We'll see if Peyton Girardin can continue that offensive success that they were able to get against Lane DeLauder.
In Section 2 between Washington and Hampshire, by the way, for those wondering, also headed to the second, still scoreless.
The 1-0 pitch misses outside for ball 2. Girardin on the year, 227 hitter, 7 RBIs for the third baseman, wearing number 9. DeLauder finds himself behind 2-0. The next pitch hits the zone for strike 1. 2 balls and a strike, second inning between Hedgesville and Spring Mills. Girardin with that back foot on the back line and swings and misses for strike 2. Probably trying to help himself time up the hard-throwing fastball of Lane DeLauder. Mid to upper 80s. The junior clocks in at. That one misses outside for a ball. 3-2 count.
both pitchers so far today really trying to work the outside corner. Nobody's really tried to work the inside.
3-2, hit hard on the ground up the middle. That will get through for a base hit. And Peyton Girardin has the leadoff single to begin the second for Spring Mills.
Yeah, Connor trying to keep it in on that backside of the infield dirt, but even if he would have been able to stop it diving forward, I don't think his throw would have nearly been close as Girardin leads things off to get on base for Spring Mills.
So the strategy by Girardin to keep that foot on the back part of the batter's box works out. A throw over, not in time. I'll bring Mason Everhart, the catcher, to the plate. 245 average for him. Girardin takes a lead off first to Lauder. Delivers the next pitch high and inside for ball one.
Girardin really with a lot of motion over there during his leadoff, trying to just see if whenever DeLauder turns around, he just sees that movement and decides to throw over to maybe get him to throw too far over.
Yeah, not a big lead, but if you get a wild throw over, that might help you out. A big swing and a miss from Everhart for strike one.
But he's got that wide stance, and he kind of shifts his weight back and forth on each leg, swinging that right arm back and forth. There he goes again, back to it.
1 ball, 1 strike. The next pitch from DeLauder, called strike 2. So Everhart falls behind. 1 ball, 2 strikes with a runner on first for the Cardinals. Nobody out here to lead off the top of the second inning between Spring Mills and Hedgesville. Ball game tied at 1. The next pitch from the 6'6" lane DeLauder is lined into center field. That will get down for a base hit. It's back-to-back singles to begin the second inning for the Cardinals. And they continue to battle at the plate, Colin.
Yeah, I mean, things are looking good for them. We wanted it to be a competitive game, and so far early on, this is what Spring Mills is bringing to today's game. With 2 runners on, nobody out, and a courtesy runner coming in for the Cardinals. It looks like is Gage Zimmerman. That, again, courtesy of the Post 14 Hornets, your premier Legion baseball team in the area.
And Zimmerman will run for the catcher Everhart, but it's back-to-back singles to lead off this second inning for Spring Mills, who jumped out to an early 1-0 lead on an RBI double from Compton after a hit by pitch to begin the ball game. And you know, Coach Grove talked about it. He really wants to see Lane get out of this funk, and early on, Spring Mills has been able to make some really solid contact against them. Bunt attempt by Cumley is pulled back. Hitting 150 on the year is the shortstop.
You'd be happy if Cumley can get a bunt down and get these 2 runners over into scoring position.
Girardin on second. Zimmerman on first. The bunt attempt is hit right back to where the pitcher, Lane DeLauder. It's off his glove, and everybody, no, a third. No, that's going to get away. And Girardin will stay put at third base as everybody's able to get to the ball, but for whatever reason, Girardin seemed to be hesitant toward running. I guess he thought maybe DeLauder was going to make that catch and didn't want to get doubled up.
I don't know, but at the same time, if you're Spring Mills, you're probably frustrated now with the runner not being sent from third to home on the wild throw, but also at the same time, you don't want the first out to be at home. You understand you're the underdogs, and sometimes taking too big of risks can hurt you. I mean, if he's safe, great. If not, that's another base running mistake for your team early on. You already had the issue where you got doubled up last inning. That really took you out of the inning with a runner in scoring position with nobody out. That caused 2 outs. So you don't want your first out at home, and now you got bases loaded with nobody out and top of the lineup coming up here soon.
Yeah, we're at Stanley, who we believe this is his first at-bat at the varsity level, at least according to the stats on Game Changer, and he takes the first pitch for a called strike 1. Bases loaded for the Cardinals. The next pitch to Stanley hits the zone, for strike number 2. Sweeney in the on-deck circle, the number 9 hitter. Bases are loaded for the Cardinals. The next pitch high and outside for ball 1. Of course, the corner infielders playing up on the grass, and Ruest and Brown for Hedgesville. 1-2 count. The next pitch from DeWater, swing and a miss, strike 3. It's a big task to be put on Stanley here at the bases loaded. And going up against Lane DeWater for what we believe is his first varsity at bat.
Yeah, that fastball to strike him out blew by him. He was not ready for it at all, and now a double play ends the inning.
Sweeney takes the first pitch low and outside for ball 1. Sweeney hitting .205 on the year. Second strikeout of the day for DeWater. Can he get out of this Jambo jam with the bases loaded for Spring Mills in the second? The next pitch. Hit hard down the first base line, but goes foul. That could have been trouble.
Yeah, if that was fair, that was going to get stuck in that corner and potentially be
scored
2, if not 3.
2,
yeah,
maybe 3.
So the timing's been there now.
Yeah.
Spring Mills is
they're
finally
back in the box, and they've been able to make really solid contact against DeWater. This one a chopper hit towards second. French will go to second for 1. The throw to first, just safe down there at first. Girardin comes in to score, and the Cardinals take the 2-1 lead on the RBI fielder's choice for Sweeney. Very close play there at first, Colin.
Yeah, very close play. The throw was just more up the line than really direct towards the bag, so Ruest could just lean out and try to extend to get it. He had to kind of come forward towards home plate, and maybe if it was more on target to let him to go towards the ball instead of having to go to the side to snag it, could have been a different angle to get the out.
Swing and a miss, strike 1 on Engel. So runners on the corners for the Cardinals. Engel started the game getting hit by a pitch and coming around to score on the RBI double from Compton. 2 down now in the inning. The next pitch from DeWater misses low for ball 1. So Spring Mills able to get on the board on the fielder's choice. And what could have been the double play to get him out of the jam for Hedgesville. The next pitch hits the zone for strike 2. But you look at it, Eckelberg, that ball where we had the double play, it was well hit. The next pitch on 1-2. Got him looking for strike 3 and strikeout number 3 on the evening for Lane DeWater, but Spring Mills does get on the board and scores its second run of the game. It's 2-1. Cardinals on top, headed to the bottom of the second inning. This is sectional baseball action on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%, Parsons' goal of financing for all, and Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
Looking for some nightlife? Then look no further. Laddie's Bar and Grill has a full bar and kitchen, pool table, and entertainment with great food at affordable prices. You can dine in or carry out by calling us at 304-263-5233. Laddie's is open Monday through Saturdays from 8 a.m. to 3 a.m. and Sundays from 10 a.m. to 3 a.m. We serve breakfast all day long, and our lunch and dinner specials are posted every day on our Facebook page. So stop on in to Laddie's Bar and Grill, located at 107 Lutz Avenue in Martinsburg.
We welcome you back to the Hedgesville Baseball Complex. Nick Verzolini alongside me, Kyle McLaughlin, Braden Schaffner, our cameraman, back in the studio, Dylan Bishop. Landon Pence coming to the plate to lead off this bottom of the second inning for Hedgesville, who trails at 2-1 against Spring Mills. Bromwell on the mound for the Cardinals. And the first pitch here to Pence. Hit right back up the middle. A diving attempt by the second baseman, Sweeney, but that is into center field for a first pitch leadoff single for Landon Pence to begin the second.
Yeah, that one went right underneath the foot. Intentionally, it looked like, too, by Bromwell. Didn't want to hurt himself, so he was hoping that if it skipped off at pitcher's mound, that somebody would make a play, but unfortunately, he was wrong.
So I'll bring Wolf to the plate. Wolf hitting .359 this year. 8 RBIs. Runner dives back in safely in Pence. And gets that leadoff single, and what so far has been a back-and-forth kind of game. We'll see if Hedgesville continues it in the second inning. The next pitch popped up, but foul and out of play for Wolf. Wolf playing right field this evening. Gano, the center fielder, is in the on-deck circle as it's the entire outfield in the 7, 8, 9 spots. And they're batting, no, not quite. They're almost batting in their number in the lineup as Wolf hits this one down the third baseline and out of play. It'd be kind of funny if left fielder is batting 7th. It's the 7th position.
Yeah, it would be interesting if teams had to do the field numbers as your batting lineup as well.
Teams.
Maybe not in the majors, I'd imagine. I mean, unless it's the Angels with Otani getting the lead off, everybody else has the disadvantage.
Yeah, if you had to lead off your pitcher in a league that the pitchers don't hit. This one hit towards center field. That ball's carrying out there towards center and making an excellent play on the run is Compton for the first out of the inning. Compton, one of the other center fielders that can, make some great plays throughout the EPAC. We see all sorts of talent in that position in what is overall just a really talented league and area for high school baseball. But good play there on the run. Tough one with that big wall out there in center. I'll bring another one of those center fielders, Gage Gano, to the plate, who already made an excellent play earlier in the ball game. And Gano sends this one, first pitch swinging into left field, but fouling out of play. Gage on the year, that second leadoff guy that we talk about all the time when Tripp is here, 327 hitter, 13 RBIs for him in the 9 spot. 13 RBIs is pretty high for a number 9 hitter, and obviously he's a guy that kind of similar to Jackson in terms of he'll do what's asked of him. He can bunt for a hit. He'll take what the defense gives him, and patient hitter at the plate. We'll see maybe if he lays one down here. Nope. Pitch misses low for a ball, but he could with the third baseman Gerardin now starting to creep up a little bit. As he slips back toward even with the bang, so I feel like if Gage can get a good one down, he could certainly beat it out. Throw over to first, gets away from the first baseman Stanley, and that allows Pence to take second base. So a runner in scoring position now for Gano.
We mentioned earlier in this broadcast that Stanley, not typically the first baseman for Spring Mills, in what we believe to be his first varsity start, as we haven't seen him in game changer at all year, but we're told that he was starting over there. Typically it's Bromwell starting at first, but when he's on the mound, obviously he can't do both.
Runner on second, the pitch misses and gets away, and they're going to rule that. No, they didn't, sorry. Pass ball, though, allows the runner to take third.
Yeah, I thought maybe it scraped the jersey, but it looks like nothing there.
So Hedgesville now has a runner in scoring position. Only one out. Good hitter at the plate and a favorable count at 2 balls and a strike for Gage Gano. Trying to pick up RBI number 14 and tie this game back up at 2. The next pitch from Bromwell. Low and inside for ball 3. Gano, the left-hander, digs back in, facing the righty, Alex Bromwell, with Pence on third base. The next pitch to Gano hit hard toward right field. That ball's out of play. Caught off of the deflection.
Off the hop, off the shed out there in the right field, it looked like.
It looked like the umpire jokingly ruled him out. But obviously not an out. So 3-2 pitch coming here from Bromwell. Well, they're going to get him a new baseball after that one hit off the shed, or at least check it out. And they'll let him pitch with it.
I don't know if I've seen that before. Have you?
Caught off the shed out there?
Yeah, or just off a hop out of play, back into play like that.
Not in a high school game, I don't think. We get the full crew of umpires here with it being postseason. 4 of them. So every call should be 100% correct, Colin.
Yeah. And it helps out that there's no other game today so that they could have that opportunity. I know earlier this year that
the pitch hits Gano. So runners on the corners and back to the top of the order for Hedgesville.
Back to my point, it was being rumored that with a potential umpire shortage for the amount of games, they weren't sure if they were able to do all 4 at each game or if they'd have to go down to 3 or maybe even sometimes 2, because if you had softball and baseball going on at the same time, and not only this section, the other section, and then even if Berkeley Springs had a game at home potentially too, just the amount of umpires in this area is not enough for all those games. So the fact that you had one postponed probably helped out in having 4 umpires here.
Yeah. Braylon Connor comes to the plate, the leadoff hitter, and he'll wait for the throw over. During football season, there was the rumors of with the official shortage as the pitch misses or hits the zone, for strike 1. There were some rumors that potentially games were going to be moved to Thursday, but that, of course, never happened, luckily, during the football season. So the 0-1 pitch to Connor, a big swing and a miss for strike 2, and so far Bromwell has won this matchup against a very good hitter in the section and the region and the EPAC. 0-2 count. Connor fouls it away. He struck out his first time looking back in the first inning. He falls behind here on 0-2 with Pence standing down there at third base. 1 out in the inning. Gano on first after the hit by pitch. The throw over, not in time. Gano a speedster down there at first. Everhart has the arm to throw him out, but with only 1 out in the inning, if you throw down, that could allow Pence to score easily from third. Gano stays put, though, on this pitch, and the pitch to Connor misses high and inside with a little bit of chin music for ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Right. Connor comes back toward the plate and swings and misses for strike 3. 2 strikeouts today for Braylon Connor.
Now batting number 17, Noah Brown.
And overall, that is the 3rd strikeout on the day for Alex Bromwell. That'll bring Noah Brown to the plate with 2 down and 2 on for the Eagles.
Got to go out there, fix one of our cameras that went out because of the foul ball, just to see also how large of a crowd we have on hand here. It's the only game in the county.
This one hit out towards center field. Going back on it is the center fielder, Compton. He makes the catch at the warning track for the final out of the inning. So Hedgesville threatens in the bottom of the second, but no runners come across the score. 2 guys left on. Made it a 3rd. Our score, Spring Mills 2, Hedgesville 1. This is West Virginia High School Baseball and Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10. We're back at 60.
I pre-planned my funeral to make it easier on my family. They were relieved to know I'll get just what I want.
My family actually thanked me for taking matters into my own hands. Turns out having this awkward conversation wasn't awkward at all.
Pre-planning is my choice. There are certain things about me my family may not know. Now they won't need to guess.
The choices are yours. The peace of mind is theirs. Pre-plan your funeral with Brown Funeral Homes and everything will be taken care of. Find out more online at brownfuneralhomeswv.com. Brown Funeral Homes, here for you.
Hi, Crescia Hornby here. Larry DeMarco, broker of Modern Realty Results, believes he has some of the best real estate agents in the Eastern Panhandle. Agents at Modern Realty Results have years of experience and knowledge of the local real estate market. Agents within the office work as a team to provide quality customer service. We strive to always ensure client satisfaction through handling every transaction with honesty and integrity, all while offering competitive rates. Modern Realty Results is veteran-owned and managed. Please call us at 262-4222, modernrealtyresults.com.
Back to the Hedgesville Baseball Complex as we head to the third inning. Spring Mills 2, Hedgesville 1. Potentially an upset here in the first round of the sectional tournament. And Colin, I mean, that's what we talk about all the time. The season restarts when it gets to sectionals. So, you know, everything that's happened in the past, while it helps Hedgesville get the home field advantage throughout this tournament and it helped them get the 1 seed, it doesn't matter all that much. If Spring Mills comes in and plays, you know, its best baseball, it's still very early in this ball game, but they've certainly done a lot of good things early on to potentially pull off an upset here tonight.
I mean, yeah, they're right now leading. Bromwell is at a solid outing so far with 3 strikeouts this evening and 2 innings, so you like what you see from them, and the defense is held up too.
This is a good spot to be in the lineup as well. Number 2 hitter Compton to lead things off. He had an RBI double back in the first inning. The 1-0 pitch to Compton is low for ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes on the center fielder who made 2 of those good plays last inning to keep Hedgesville off the board. The 2-0 pitch to Compton is low for ball 3. Don't want to walk him. We've seen the leadoff base runners play factors in both innings. Both times Spring Mills has got their leadoff runner on base, and both times they come around to score. The 3-0 to Compton hits the zone for strike 1. 3 balls and a strike. 2-1 our score. The next pitch to Compton, fouled away, so full count. All of a sudden, as DeLauder has worked it back to 3-2.
Yeah, it looked like he hesitated and then at the last second decided to swing and just got a piece of it at the start of his swing, and that's why it went foul. And now has the full count. The first pitch that was called a strike was really close. I think that strike zone maybe gotten a little bit widened on the 3-0 count.
The 3-2 pitch. Hit hard toward third. A great play by Brown. He throws the first in time for the first out of the inning. What a snag by Noah Brown, the third baseman.
And there you go. The first time for Spring Mills, the leadoff runner does not reach base. So we'll see if they can get somebody on or if momentum may be slowly shifting over to the Eagles.
I'll bring Eichelberger to the plate. Yeah, I mean, DeLauder can kind of settle in here. That would be huge for Hedgesville. The pitch misses low for ball 1. Looking at things, you know, on paper, you don't expect Hedgesville to only score 1 run here tonight. The next pitch, low for a ball. But, again, Spring Mills with Bromwell on the mound, it gives them a chance. If he can keep pitching the way he's pitching, especially with a lead, you never know what can happen in this first round matchup. Lights starting to come on here at the Hedgesville Baseball Complex. There's a chopper hit toward Brown again, and Brown again throws to first for the second out of the inning. Back-to-back 5-3 ground outs to begin the third. And that'll bring Bromwell to the plate, who struck out looking his first time.
For Hedgesville, though, you're 1 out away from a 3-up, 3-down inning. So you can settle in, get to...
Big swing and a miss for strike one.
Come up to the plate. You got the heart of your lineup due up as well.
The 0-1 pitch, low for ball one. I mean, for the Eagles, really, when you look at the numbers, they don't have a bad spot to be in the lineup.
That's true.
Even some of the guys on the bench can really hit. You got Rivera Sosa, Mike Nichols, Tanner Matthew have all contributed at times this season, so they are a deep team. 2-1 count here on Bromwell with 2 down in the inning, a 2-1 Spring Mills lead. The next pitch, breaking ball called a strike. Count even, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Nobody on for Bromwell, the pitcher. The next pitch from DeWater, hit on the ground. Towards short, Connor slides, can't quite get a glove on it. It's into left field for 1-out single, or 2-out single, excuse me. Girardin coming to the plate. He singled to lead off the second inning and came around to score. Get a courtesy runner for the Cardinals. That's going to be Isaac Gilbert.
Now batting number 9, Peyton Girardin.
And Girardin coming to the plate. So, at the very least, Spring Mills has extended this inning. Get the pitch count up even more on Lane DeWater. Throw over, not in time.
No, he goes with an even bigger lead to see if DeWater will throw over again.
Pitch from Lane is in the dirt, gets away from the catcher Pedersen on the wild pitch. The runner will take second base in Gilbert. So a runner in scoring position all of a sudden for Girardin with 2 down in the inning. And just a good job by Spring Mills to at least put some pressure on here in the third and continue to not make it easy on the Hedgesville defense. The next pitch, fouled away. And off the mask of Pedersen. Or maybe the umpire's mask.
It might have been both, honestly. Yeah. So I think both will give each other time to make sure they're both okay.
Lane DeWater is already at 55 pitches here in 2 2/3 innings. So exactly halfway through the pitch count limit of 110. The 1-1 pitch again gets away from Pedersen. Another wild pitch around, allowing the runner to take third base. So 2-1 count, 2 down. Girardin at the plate, runner on third. And Gilbert, who's courtesy running for Bromwell, who had the 2-out single. And Girardin at the plate. 227 hitter looking to pick up an RBI here. And he pops it up in the infield. Pedersen trying to get to it. It's going to head out of play. Is it interesting to you at all that DeWater pitching with the sunglasses here tonight, Colin?
It is a little interesting. I mean,
I've never seen a pitcher wear sunglasses.
Yeah, I don't know if I've really seen one either, but maybe it's
fielders wear them, but
I know he wears glasses, so maybe it's just a type of glasses that will shade in when the sun's out too. So it could just be that,
like sports goggles type.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just thought it was interesting. I noticed it earlier, but I wasn't certain if that's what I was seeing, and then I was able to see him with his hat off and confirm it. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, a runner on third, 2 down. The Cardinals lead the Eagles here 2-1. The next pitch from DeWater just misses. That's been called a strike several times, but not a called strike there.
Yeah, it must have just missed in the umpire's eyes this time, maybe by a few inches, but that one, I agree, Nick, is right around, if not the same spot as we've seen a few other strikes tonight.
So the 3-2 from Lane DeWater hit into right field. Woof. Gets there for the final out of the inning. The Cardinals strand a runner at third. We're to the bottom of the third. Our score, Spring Mills 2, Hedgesville 1. This is West Virginia High School Baseball on Talk Radio, WRNR and TV 10.
The Palace Lounge in Martinsburg is the place to be. Join us every night to relax and enjoy football or basketball games featuring either the Martinsburg Bulldogs, Shepherd University Rams, or West Virginia Mountaineers. We will have steak night every Wednesday, trip nights every Thursday, and now taco and margarita nights every Tuesday. You can find us on Facebook or call 304-267-7520. The Palace Lounge is located at 1350 Edwin Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg. Not sure where to go or who to trust with your flooring project? And start with Trips Flooring, proudly serving the area for more than 25 years, specializing in floor sanding and refinishing, along with installation of new flooring, including hardwood, tile, vinyl, laminate, carpet, and the hottest trend in flooring, luxury vinyl, tile, and luxury vinyl plank. Are you on a budget? Check out their warehouse, cash and carry, or call 304-229-7009, or visit them online at tripsfloorsanding.com.
Welcome you back to the Hedgesville Baseball Complex. Our score, Spring Mills 2, Hedgesville 1. Nick Verzolini alongside me, Colin McLaughlin. Happy to have you with us. Dylan Bishop's back in the studio. Our cameraman tonight is Braden Schaffner. As we begin this bottom of the third inning, and Colin, the Eagles coming to the plate. Heart of the order, like you said, during the last inning. Ruest, Pedersen, Quinn due up. Trying to get something going against Bromwell, who has been really solid to begin this game.
Yeah, he has, and the defense has stepped up too. We mentioned the 5 errors last time in that 21-0 loss, but we've seen 2 great plays in center by Compton. Tough plays as well, backtracking, having to make those catches for the first and third out of last inning, and the only error that you've really seen is on Hedgesville's side, and that's the difference right now.
They're ruling Spring Mills actually with 2 errors here early on, but Ruest sends a chopper hit toward first, and the throw to Bromwell in time for the out. Good play by Stanley over there at first. So far, Alex Bromwell 2 in the third, 2 hits, 1 run. Wasn't earned due to the error earlier. A walk and 3 strikeouts for him. And he gets Ruest to ground out to begin this third inning, or bottom of the third inning. And Pedersen coming to the plate, he reached on one of those 2 errors. And they must have given one that I would have hit an error. So this one misses high and inside. I believe it was the Quinn. Yeah, the Quinn play. They ruled that a hit. So.
I'm looking at Spring Mills, and they only have 1 error for them, and that error being in the bottom of the first after the walk to Ruest when Peterson hit the ground ball and reached on an error.
Yeah, I think it might be a misprint because I'm looking at it, and I have 2 hits for Hedgesville, and they have 2 hits for Hedgesville. So, and it's the same 2 hits, so I don't know what I missed there. Or what was ruled there. But anyway, we got a 4-pitch walk to Pedersen, so he gets on with 1 out in the inning. So yeah, I believe you're right, Colin. I believe just 1 error for the Cardinals, even though Hedgesville's game changer has it at 2.
Now batting number 24, Connor Quinn.
Unless there was an error.
I'm thinking maybe it's a base running error.
Yeah.
That's the only one that I really can think of is they rolled that a base running error for the double play early. Because I don't see anything else in the plays when I'm scrolling
I was saying
through.
like maybe there was something that I don't remember that happened on a throw or something. But I don't know. It is what it is. 1 ball, 1 strike here, 1 down. Matthew will courtesy run for Pedersen. Quinn at the plate, 2-1. Cardinals on top. There's a throw over. That'll allow Matthew to take second base. And he's sprinting. He can go for 3. He will as he takes a big turn to throw to third. Not in time, and Tanner Matthew is standing on third base with just 1 out in the inning.
There you go. The tying run now 90
You know what
feet
it
away.
probably was? It was probably a throw over that got away like that one. And that was the other error. Because that did happen. Landon Pence advanced the second on a throw over.
You're right. Yeah, the one that got by Stanley.
So there we go. That's the third error now of the game.
Mm-hmm.
And a runner on first base and Connor Quinn coming to the plate. So there you go, Colin. We backtracked and we figured it out. The 1-1 pitch misses high for ball one to Connor. Or I'm sorry, 2-1 now. Ball two. A runner on third and one down. Third inning, 2-1. Spring Mills on top of Hedgesville. The next pitch from Bromwell. Lined into right field. Going back is Engel, and he'll make the play. Matthew will tag from third. The throw home, not in time, and Hedgesville has tied the game up on 2. Tied the game up at 2 on the sacrifice RBI from Connor Quinn.
Yeah, that sac fly deep enough in right field to where the throw home from Engel was not even close. And wow, they just said that he didn't tag up. He left the bag too early. Spring Mills has thrown the ball over to third to check, and they rule him out, so it remains 2-1.
So we are not tied at 2, and we head to the fourth. 2-1, Spring Mills on top. This is West Virginia High School Baseball and Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
And the streak continues! CMA's Martinsburg dealerships continue to knock out the competition with their competitive pricing, extensive selection, and lifetime powertrain warranty. With over 450 new and used vehicles in stock and on the way, CMA won't leave you waiting on a bench.
That's right, CMA's Martinsburg dealerships are once again the most valuable dealers in the area.
For the strongest and deepest lineups, visit CMA's Martinsburg dealerships online at martinsburg.cmacars.com today. And good luck to all Panhandle High School student athletes.
Jambo Construction and Fencing Company, LLC, is a veteran-owned and operated company right here in the Eastern Panhandle, West Virginia, that specializes in decks, fencing, and hardscaping. Find us on Facebook at Jambo Construction and Fencing to see more of the projects we've completed. For a free estimate, you can call Bo Bartley at 304-268-5452 or Jamie Gall at 304-279-5053. We are licensed and insured in the state of West Virginia, and as Martinsburg alums, we say, go Bulldogs.
We welcome you back here to the Hedgesville Baseball Complex as we enter the fourth inning. 2-1, Spring Mills on top of Hedgesville after it looked like Hedgesville had tied the game on a sacrifice fly from Connor Quinn, which is now just a fly out to right field. Tanner Matthew appeared to have tagged from third, but Spring Mills checked it. The umpires ruled him out, that he did not, or he left early from third base. And that cost Hedgesville a run. And got him out of the inning. So it's now a 2-1 game once again, and a costly mistake from the Eagles. And a big reason why that was probably even recognized is the fact that this is the postseason. So we have 4 umpires. In the regular season, you probably don't see that reverse because they might not have saw it. So, first pitch here, Everhart is in the zone for a strike. Next pitch from DeLauder to Everhart. Misses low for ball 1. 1 ball and a strike. Mason Everhart on the day, he singled his first time up back in the second inning. The next pitch from DeLauder misses outside for ball 2. 2 balls and a strike. Cumley in the on-deck circle. He reached on an error. Next pitch from Everhart. Lined into right field. This could be trouble, and it will fall in. It's a 2-hit day for Mason Everhart. And a leadoff single to begin this fourth inning. Spring Mills continuing to battle and try to get this upset over the Hedgesville Eagles in the first round of the sectional tournament. And so far, I mean, they're looking much better than a 4-win team that they were in the regular season. The Cardinals finished the regular season 4-19. Besides the 1 win over Musselman, struggled against all their sectional and EPAC opponents. But tonight have looked like a completely different team. They've consistently battled at the plate and found ways to get on. I mean, they just played this Hedgesville team, and it was the same pitcher for Spring Mills, but it was a 21-0 win for Hedgesville. And here we are in the middle of the fourth inning with a 2-1 lead for the Cardinals. Bunt attempt not pulled back in time by Cumley, so it's strike one. But Spring Mills has already 5 hits in this ballgame. They only had 3 last time these two teams played. Overall, it's been a tremendous early performance. Can they finish it off? Cumley tries the bunt. It goes foul for strike 2.
Yeah, Spring Mills sounded like was trying to appeal there that it never hit the bat, so it should have just been a pass ball with the runner taking second.
It certainly sounded like it hit the bat. So
it sounded like from up here it did, yeah.
Unless they're saying that it hit Pedersen. No. 0-2 count. Runner on first. Cumley now has to most likely swing away, but we'll see if they still bunt him. Pitch misses outside for a ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Cumley did reach on air earlier, but is only batting 150 on the season. So he could still get the bunt single potentially. So you'd love to get that runner in scoring position with just 1 out. I'm sorry, it would be, just 1 out, excuse me. 1-2 count. Stanley in the on-deck circle. The next pitch from DeWater as he checks the singles with his catcher Pedersen and delivers and misses outside for ball 2. And if you're Lane DeWater at this point, I think you got to try to really make Cumley beat you. He's hitting 150. Stanley, we believe this is his first varsity action in the on-deck circle. Sweeney's hitting 205. And Cumley lifts this one into center field. Gano tracking in and gets there for the first out of the inning.
That keeps that runner on first base. And looking over in the bullpen of Hedgesville, it looks like Elliott over on that first base side warming up.
21, Landon Stanley.
Now brings Stanley to the plate. He struck out his first time up. 1 down in the inning. Third baseman Brown still playing in on the grass, expecting potentially a bunt from Stanley, and he does turn around, but misses the bunt attempt for strike 1. Cumley and Stanley both don't really look too comfortable bunting. Not certain how much they do it.
And Coach Barrett not happy at all over on that third base side.
The 0-1 is fouled away by Stanley.
You want to have that runner move over into scoring position, and now this batter and the last batter failed to do so.
Yeah, and you're forced to swing away. 0-2 count now on Stanley, who struck out his first time, and like we said, this is some of his first varsity action going up against one of the hardest throwing, if not the hardest throwing pitcher in the area. The next pitch, a breaking ball, froze him for strike 3. Lane DeWater picks up another strikeout. Sweeney will come to the plate now with 2 down in the inning.
Number 17, J.P. Sweeney.
You never want to be down in the count against DeWater, no matter if you're Stanley in your first varsity action or if you're one of the best in the EPAC and a senior. It's tough.
Sweeney take this one for a called strike 1. Lane DeWater picks up strikeout number 4 on that last strikeout. A runner on first base for the Cardinals. In 3 out of the 4 innings, they got the leadoff runner in after he was able to get on. And the 0-1 misses low, gets away from Pedersen. Pedersen's had to work hard tonight behind the plate. And the runner takes off for second and is in there at second base with 1 ball and a strike and 2 down on Sweeney, the second baseman. He was able to hit into a fielder's choice that scored a run back in the second. So runner in scoring position for the Cardinals with 2 down. The next pitch to Sweeney, line towards short. Connors there, makes the catch for the final out of the inning. We head to the bottom of the 4th. Our score, Spring Mills still leads Hedgesville 2-1. This is West Virginia High School Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
The Honda HR-V, CR-V, Pilot, Passport, and Ridgeline. They all have one thing in common. They never back off from a challenge. Available with all-wheel drive, the Honda SUV lineup has the performance you can count on and the capability to amaze. It's no wonder Kelley Blue Book's KBB.com named Honda the 2022 Best Value brand.
CMA's Honda of Winchester, 3985 Valley Pike. CMA, moving lives forward.
Based on 2022 brand image awards from Kelley Blue Book, visit KBB.com for more information.
Ever try to collect on an insurance claim? Perhaps a homeowner's claim, auto accident, or fire. Insurance companies collect money from you for protection should something bad happen. And when it does, they don't want to pay, or they offer too little. At Mansion Ferretti, we have an attorney who worked defending insurance companies and knows all the dirty tricks they play to deny or lowball your claim. Call us today for help in getting what you really deserve. Mansion Ferretti, when you need justice.
Back to Hedgesville, 2-1 Spring Mills leading as we head to the bottom of the 4th inning between the Cardinals and the Eagles. Bromwell on the mound for Spring Mills. And for Hedgesville, it's the 6, 7, 8 hitters due up. Chris French, Landon Pence, Eli Wolf. French will lead things off. He grounded out his first time up. And Bromwell so far has been good on the mound for Spring Mills. 3 innings of work, 2 hits, 1 run. That run was not earned. 2 walks, 3 strikeouts. And he's only thrown 49 pitches so far. Lane DeLauder has already thrown 74. So Bromwell's, at least right now, built to go the whole way, potentially. French, swing and miss, strike 1.
If Spring Mills wants to hold on and win this game, you probably need him to go the full 7.
The 0-1 to French, hit on the ground towards short. Gumley throws to first in time for the first out of the inning. Since that early error, Cumley has played well down there at shortstop. But going back to the 3rd, I mean, Hedgesville had a runner on 3rd. They thought they had a sacrifice RBI, but then Tanner Matthew was ruled that he left early and then out. Landon Pence pops this one up toward right field. Engel makes the catch for the second out of the inning. So quickly, Hedgesville finds itself with 2 outs in the inning and Wolf coming to the plate.
Spring Mills continues to stay in the lead and hang around. I mean, they came out here with no pressure at all, nothing to lose. Pressure on Hedgesville being the 1 seed at home in front of this big crowd. And Spring Mills came out as the aggressors and right now has the lead and gaining confidence each inning.
Pitch here to Wolf, fouled away. No score still between Hampshire and Washington, so we're seeing the intensity of the sectional playoffs playing out. But the Patriots do have the bases loaded with just 1 out, and Andy Clem at the plate, so we'll see if Washington can get on the board or if Hampshire continues to keep things scoreless there between those 2 teams. The 0-1 pitch to Wolf, high for a ball.
Yep, and I got my game changer on watching that one, so I'll keep an eye on that and give you an update if anything changes with Clem or somebody else up to the plate breaking the scoreless tie.
And there's a swing and a miss from Wolf for strike 2. Bromwell just throwing it by him there. Again, if you are maybe just tuning in, expecting to hear Martinsburg Musselman, that game was postponed to tomorrow. We will be there due to the field conditions at Musselman due to the rain earlier today. Just couldn't quite get that field ready to play. We know they used a lot of their resources to get the field ready to play the other night against Washington. That may potentially be part of the reason why they couldn't get it ready today. I'm not certain.
That was what I suspected, was the fact that they used all of that quick dry dirt or Insta-Dry, whatever it's called, on the game against Washington last week for senior night.
But either way, they moved the game to tomorrow. And it's supposed to be good weather the rest of the week. There's a swing and a miss, strike 3 for Bromwell. And we head to the 5th inning. Our score, Hedgesville 2. I'm sorry, Spring Mills 2, Hedgesville 1. 5th inning when we come back. This is West Virginia High School Baseball and Talk Radio, WRNR and TV 10.
Looking for some nightlife? Then look no further. Laddie's Bar and Grill has a full bar and kitchen, pool table, and entertainment with great food at affordable prices. You can dine in or carry out by calling us at 304-263-5233. Laddie's is open Monday through Saturdays from 8 a.m. to 3 a.m. and Sundays from 10 a.m. to 3 a.m. We serve breakfast all day long, and our lunch and dinner specials are posted every day on our Facebook page. So stop on in to Laddie's Bar and Grill, located at 107 Lutz Avenue in Martinsburg.
Providing reliable protection since 1877, we are Farmers and Mechanics Insurance Companies. From small beginnings and over a century later, we maintain our dedication to our policyholders to provide dependable insurance protection and excellent customer service. Protecting everything from your home to your business has never been easier. Our team is here to ensure that you, your family, and your assets are taken care of. We enjoy giving back and doing our part to keep Martinsburg a great place to be.
5th inning, 2-1, Spring Mills on top of Hedgesville. Here at the Hedgesville Baseball Complex, a potential major upset brewing between the Cardinals and the Eagles as we begin this 5th inning. Nick Verzolini alongside me, Colin McLaughlin, Braden Schaffner, our cameraman, back in the studio is Dylan Bishop as Spring Mills coming to the plate, and Colin, they just have continued to rally and battle throughout this game and find themselves in the lead here as we get into the later part of it.
Yeah, they've played great baseball. I mean, yeah, they've had a few errors, but the errors haven't been costly, and the one error for Hedgesville, unfortunately for them, was costly.
I mean, here's the first pitch to our hitter this inning, Engel, but Spring Mills has 6 hits. And,
yeah.
I mean, this is a team that struggled all year to get hits. Engel sends this one into left field. Going back and backpedaling to the track is Landon Pence for the first out of the inning. But, I mean, this team only had 3 hits the entire game and a 21-0 loss the other day, and to be leading 2-1, same pitcher going for Spring Mills and Bromwell.
Different pitcher, though, for Hedgesville, and that's the craziness about baseball,
But
right?
I mean,
it all depends on matchups and how the night goes.
For Hedgesville, they have 3 guys that all have very similar numbers and are all really good pitchers, and DeLauder, Matthew, Andrew Ress. I believe that was Tanner Matthew in that 21-0 game. And the way Spring Mills struggled offensively, I don't think we expected them to come out here with 6 hits. And it hasn't been dominant performance, but for them to have that timely hitting, and there are a few base running mistakes as well from potentially having a bigger lead in this game. You never know.
By the way, we were mentioning earlier that it was scoreless between Washington and Hampshire.
This one hit on the ground towards second. French throws in time for out number 2.
The scoreless tie's been broken. Now in the top of the 5th, it is Washington leading Hampshire 2-0 after a RBI single by Clem in the bottom of the 4th, followed by a sacrifice fly by Earl to make it 2-0.
So we'll see how that one plays out between Washington and Hampshire, but you give credit to both Hampshire and Spring Mills, the 2 lowest seeds in the region, putting up good performances here in the first round.
Yeah, they're fighting hard.
Which is what you like to see, because it may be easy to just pack it up and give up on the season, get ready for summer vacation, but these kids are still battling, and that's what you like to see. 2-0 count with 2 down. Here on Eckelberger. The 2-0. This is outside for ball 3. Eckelberger swings those hips when he's in the batter's box. Pedersen's going to come out and talk to his pitcher, DeLauder. 2-0 count here on Eckelberger, who's ground out and flew out so far today. He had that fly out back in the first inning where Gage Gano charged in, made an excellent play, and then doubled up the base runner. There's a called strike 1 on the inside part of the plate. Make the count 3 balls and a strike. The 3-1 pitch. Hit on the ground, back to Lane DeLauder, grabs it out of the air and throws to first for the final out of the inning. 1-2-3 go the Cardinals. We'll head to the bottom of the 5th. Our score, Spring Mills 2, Hedgesville 1. This is West Virginia High School Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
This is Eric at Hagerstown Ford. Over the last decade, the way we buy things have evolved. Now, you get on your phone, click Want It, and it shows up at your front door. At Hagerstown Ford, it is that convenient. We've changed the car buying experience on the I-81 corridor forever. And with a return policy better than Walmart, there's absolutely no reason to buy a new or used car, truck, or SUV anywhere else. Just like Amazon, Hagerstown Ford will deliver the vehicle to you, where you are, and on your time. And if you don't want it, return it. No questions asked. Why waste your time at a car dealership playing the dumb back-and-forth games? Besides, we hate it more than you do. I assure you, no dealership from Winchester, Virginia to Washington, D.C. will beat our price. No dealership from Chambersburg, Pennsylvania to Baltimore, Maryland will beat our price. And no other dealership will allow you to return it if you don't want it. Hagerstown Ford absolutely provides the best experience at the best price. Visit HagerstownFord.com to schedule your VIP experience. Click on the vehicle you want and get your new ride delivered to you at no risk.
See dealer for details.
We welcome you back to the Hedgesville.
This is Eric at Hagerstown Ford. Over the last decade, the way we
Spring Mills leading Hedgesville here in the first round of the sectional tournament. The winner of this game will play the winner of Martinsburg-Musselman tomorrow. That game is tomorrow night, as it was postponed due to the field conditions at Musselman. This has turned into a good one. You know, we said on the Sports Mix we thought we had the clear-cut #1 game between Musselman and Martinsburg, but Colin, we've got still a great game here tonight between Spring Mills and Hedgesville, and that's nice to see.
Yeah, it is nice to see. This is what you look forward to in the postseason, where everything resets, and regular season you can throw out the window, even though you still have some expectations because of how the regular season went. Sometimes it doesn't matter what your expectations are. A team can come out and compete.
This one hit hard by Gage Gano past the first baseman and into right field. Stanley couldn't quite get his glove underneath that one, and the Eagles have a leadoff base runner.
Yeah, that one just hopped up too high for Stanley right at the last second.
So runner on first and back to the top of the order with Braylon Connor for Hedgesville. First pitch to Connor misses low for ball 1. So it's a leadoff single for Gage Gano. And Connor at the plate with a runner on first base. The next pitch to Connor popped up in the infield and heading foul. It's going to stay in play and caught over there at first by Stanley. It's an 0 for 3 day for Braylon Connor, a rare 0 for 3. 2 strikeouts and a pop-out.
Yeah, rare day indeed, and some redemption there for Stanley, too, to make that play.
True. I mean, but if you can get Connor out, a guy that's been so tough for everybody to get out, you got to feel good about your chances going up against this Hedgesville team. I mean, he's the leader in batting average, second on the team in RBIs. But so far, Bromwell's won that battle, an 0-1 count after the fouled off pitch from Noah Brown, who struck out and flown out so far today. Runner in Gano takes his lead off first base. The next pitch to Brown misses outside for a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 down. 2-1. Spring Mills leading Hedgesville here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Noah Brown, 328 hitter entering the ball game. Gano takes his lead off first. A little surprise. There he goes. This time a throw down to first from Everhart is not in time, and Gage Gano has a stolen base and stands on second now on a 1-2 count. And a runner in scoring position for Brown, who would love to tie this game with what would be his 11th RBI of the season. Time called by the home plate umpire as Brown steps out of the box, takes a practice cut, and digs back in. Bromwell looks into his catcher, Everhart, and sets himself on the mound, delivers the next pitch, and it's low for a ball. 2 balls, 2 strikes. A runner on second base. Engage Gano for the Hedgesville Eagles, looking to tie this game up at 2 here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Brown awaits the next pitch. Lines it toward the shortstop. That's into left center field for a base hit. Gano will come around. The throw home, not in time. And we are tied at 2 on the RBI single from Gage Gano here in the bottom of the 5th inning. I'm sorry, from Noah Brown. Gano coming around to score.
There you go. Hedgesville has the bats coming alive here late. Runner scoring position to take the lead, and a throw just off the mark there. Able to score easily, and we got a brand new ball game.
Tied up at 2. Brown in scoring position for Jackson Ruest. 1 down in the inning. Bottom of the 5th. The next pitch, Ruest shows bunt. Pitch gets away from the catcher, Everhart. The wild pitch allows the runner to advance to third. And now a fly ball can score him, presuming they tag upright.
Yep, and Spring Mills smart now. Well, slow things down, call timeout, make sure everybody settles down. You don't want this one to slip away.
Yeah, I mean, you're still tied at 2, so, just relax, make your pitches. So far, Bromwell's gotten through these guys. I mean, Ruest has reached once on a walk. Other than that, he's grounded out. Pedersen's reached twice, but it's on an error and a walk. Quinn has given you some issues. He had the RBI single and what should have been a sacrifice RBI on a fly out before the, of course, runner didn't tag up correctly. He left early. So, really, though, I mean, Bromwell's dominated for the most part against this Eagles lineup. Just 4 hits allowed here in 4 1/3 innings of work. So if he just settles back in, he can keep this game tied at 2. The pitch to Ruest runs in on him for a ball. 2-0 count. Hitters count for Ruest. The throw back from Everhart nearly was trouble, but Bromwell scoops it up. So runner on third is Noah Brown. And the 2-0 to Ruest. Swing and a miss, strike 1. 2 balls and a strike on Jackson. As I mentioned, a walk and a ground out for him so far. A runner in scoring position for the Eagles at third base to try to break this 2-2 tie here in the bottom of the 5th. The next pitch from Bromwell. Lined into left field. That'll get down to score the run. Ruest is on his horse. He's headed for second. And the Eagles take a 3-2 lead here in the bottom of the 5th on the RBI double from Jackson Ruest.
Great job, back-to-back doubles for the Eagles offense, and You still are threatening with one out. Seems like they are finally getting the Spring Mills now, who this inning just seem rattled all around all of a sudden.
Yeah, back-to-back hits here for the Eagles. An RBI single for Noah Brown that he was able to take second on the throw, and then an RBI double from Jackson Rest. Makes it 3-2 Hedgesville with Pedersen coming to the plate. He's reached both times, but has yet to have a hit so far in the ball game. He takes this one outside for a ball, an error and a walk. But Pedersen's been a very good hitter on this team. RBI number 25 on the year for Rest. He leads the team. Tied for second is Pedersen with Braylon Connor. We'll see if he can break that tie here in the RBI category of Hedgesville now on top 3-2. The next pitch from Bromwell, high and inside for ball two. Another hitter's count. And for whatever reason, it seems like in this fifth inning, Bromwell's starting to lose a little bit of his control, now up to 71 pitches. Rest takes his lead off second base. The pitch to Pedersen just fouled away. 2-1 count here on Pedersen. Bromwell. Delivers the 2-1, and it's high for ball three. 3 balls and a strike with one down. Jackson Rest standing on second base after his RBI double to give the Eagles the lead. Bromwell looks back on the runner and delivers the 3-1. It misses low and outside for ball four. Rest will advance the third on the wild pitch. And Hedgesville has now really taken control and the momentum in this one, Colin.
Yeah, they have. Everything's going Hedgesville's way now, trying to see if I can see anything going on, maybe behind that dugout of Spring Mills in the bullpen, but don't really see anything, and things are slowly slipping away from the Cardinals right now, and you can just see it in their attitudes. I mean, they're trying to stay positive. They're not out of this one, but shoulders are kind of down. Their energy is gone, and this is a dangerous moment for Spring Mills. You can't give up.
Yeah, I think when you're the underdog, sometimes when you start to see the more experienced, the favored team in the matchup get their momentum back, it can be tough to keep that positive attitude. We'll see what Spring Mills can do here down the stretch. Bromwell's pitch hits the zone for strike one here on Connor Quinn, who prior to this inning was one of the few guys that had really hit Bromwell hard here tonight. An RBI single and a nearly sacrificed RBI. Here's a swing and a miss for strike two. But 1 for 2 day for Quinn. We rest with the RBI double to help Hedgesville take the 2-1 lead here in the fifth inning after the Noah Brown RBI single. And runner takes off. Quinn lifts this one up toward right field. We'll see if Rest comes in on the tag. It's actually just going to go out of the reach of the right fielder, Engel, down that first base line. So just a long strike. No balls, 2 strikes, 1 down. Rest on third. Matthew running for Pedersen. At first base. Connor Quinn at the plate. The pitch to Quinn. Runner takes off, and Matthew, the throw down from Everhart. They cut it off. The throw to third. Not in time. Good play, though, by the Cardinals as Sweeney cuts off that throw down, trying to get the runner at third to maybe head home or lean toward home, but
they took away their double play. You throw the runner out at second, the inning's over because there was a strikeout.
That's true, yeah. Strikeout on the at-bat. Didn't even really pick up on that, but
that's what I'm here for.
I don't know if they would have got Tanner Matthew there.
It would have been close, but
doesn't matter now because they took the opportunity away.
Yeah. But if you don't get the double play and the runner comes home,
that's true.
Give up the run. So maybe they felt like it would be easier or more likely to get him leaning. I don't know. But fouled away by French. I mean, Everhart, one of the better defensive catchers in the EPAC. Really solid arm behind the plate. It moves well back there. 0-1 count here on Chris French. The next pitch just fouled away.
It's twice now that we've had a foul ball come up and hit the net right in front of our camera.
Yeah. Coming into your living room. But 2 runners in scoring position. A great opportunity here for Hedgesville to extend on this 3-2 lead. And French calls time and will step out. I mean, French can come through here. 16 RBIs heading into this game. It would really give all the momentum to the Eagles, especially with how Lane DeLauder pitched in that last inning. And it seems like he's starting to pick it back up. The next pitch to French is a called strike 3. A pitch that looked low, but Bromwell gets out of the inning with back-to-back strikeouts, and we head to the 6th. 3-2, Hedgesville on top of Spring Mills. Cardinals coming to the plate. This is West Virginia High School baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
Locust Hill Golf Course invites you to historic Charlestown, West Virginia for 18 holes of phenomenal golf. We're just an hour drive from the Baltimore-D.C. Beltway, 1/2 hour from Winchester and Leesburg, Virginia, as well as Hagerstown and Frederick, Maryland. Each tee offers challenges across the 35 acres of lakes, ponds, and streams, which come into play on 11 holes. The Blue Ridge Mountains also provide a breathtaking backdrop to Locust Hill. Schedule your tee time today at www.locusthillgolfcourse.com or call 304-728-7300. That's 304-728-7300.
We welcome you back to the Hedgesville Baseball Complex. The Eagles have come back to take a 3-2 lead as we begin this 6th inning. Hedgesville trailed it in the 5th, 2-1 against Spring Mills in this first round of the sectional playoffs. It looked like the Cardinals had, they still do have a chance, but had a great opportunity to pull off an upset against Hedgesville here tonight. But a 2-run inning started with the Gage Gano single, followed by a Noah Brown RBI single and a Jackson Rest RBI double to make it a 3-2 Hedgesville lead. DeLauder's next pitch to Bromwell to lead off this inning is low for ball 2, a 2-0 count. But Colin, as you come back from fixing one of our cameras, the 2-0 from Lane DeLauder hits the zone for strike 1. It seems like Lane has settled in since kind of a slow start in those first few innings.
Yeah, I agree. As
this pitch just missed for ball 3.
Yeah, that pitch just missed, but he has settled down, and you heard on the Spring Mill side when I went down there to fix the camera, just try to get that timing back. They were timing him up early.
3-1 hits the zone, strike 2.
But that timing of the bats and the pitch speed comparatively is not there right now for the Cardinals, so they want to get that timing back.
DeLauder's 3-2 to Bromwell. Check swing. Did he go? He did. Strike 3. A big strikeout to lead off this inning to the 4-hole hitter.
Yeah, got him to chase. He was overly aggressive there with the 3-2.
Strikeout number 5 on the day for DeLauder. And that'll bring Peyton Girardin to the plate. A single and a fly out on the day, and Girardin fouls off that one. Girardin would come around to score after his leadoff single back in the 2nd inning. At the time, it gave Spring Mills the 2-1 lead. Now 3-2 Hedgesville on top. A big swing and a miss for strike two. So an 0-2 count on Girardin with one out in the inning. As Lane DeLauder has settled in on the mound for the Hedgesville Eagles in a big way. The 0-2 pitch looked like strike three.
Ooh. That one's definitely been called a strike before tonight. It looked like it caught that outside corner of the zone as slider trying to get him to chase. I thought that was for sure strike three from up here at our angle.
Yeah, DeLauder was arguing about it a little bit, so
yeah,
he's got to be careful out there on the mound. But 1 ball, 2 strikes. Definitely did look like strike three. The 1-2 pitch from DeLauder. Swing and a miss, strike three. Lane's fired up with back-to-back strikeouts, now 6 for him on the evening.
Now batting, number 22, Mason Everhart.
Yeah, we weren't sure how his night was going to go after being halfway to 110, 3 innings in, but now he's really settled down and been the leader on the mound for Hedgesville that they need him to be in this situation. And
he is up to 94 pitches. He may only need, though, to go through potentially, I mean, at this rate, it looks like he's only going to have to go through 4 more guys, but, I mean, we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see how things shape up. We know Elliott's been warming up over in Hedgesville's bullpen. Not sure if he still is or if it's somebody else now. Kind of tough to tell, but
would you bring on him or maybe one of your other guys since it is a save situation? Here's a ground ball hit towards second. French keeps it in front momentarily, but then it rolls past him, and it's a 2-out single for Mason Everhart, who's had a 3-hit day. So he knows how to time up Lane DeLauder. A courtesy run for him with Gage Zimmerman. But big day for Everhart at the plate.
Yeah, it is, and trying to start a 2-out rally as the courtesy runner, courtesy of the Berkeley Post 14 Hornets, your Premier Legion team in the area.
Now bring Cumley to the plate. Throw over from DeLauder. Nearly got him. Sliding back in safely is Zimmerman down there with the rest standing at first base.
His tag was just too far up the back of Zimmerman.
Pitch here just misses outside and low for ball 1. 1-0 count with 2 down on Cumley, who's 0 for 2 today. Reached on error and flew out. The next pitch from DeLauder ruled a strike on the outside part. Wasn't sure which way that was going to go, but 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 down.
Looked like Peterson just was able to frame that one up maybe a little bit better. I don't know.
1-1, strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runner on first base for the Cardinals. And Zimmerman, who's courtesy running for Mason Everhart. Batter at the plate is Cumley. And the 1-2 with 2 down. Check swing. He went around for strike 3. Lane DeLauder with a 3-strikeout inning. We head to the 7th. Hedgesville looking to add on to its we're head to the bottom of the 6th. Hedgesville looking to add on to its 3-2 lead. This is West Virginia High School Baseball on Talk Radio, WRNR and TV 10.
To get the best opportunity to be seen and recruited, join the American Legion Post 14 Hornets baseball team. Managed by Trip Tobin, Post 14 will prepare you for the next level by playing the best possible schedule, along with an experienced coaching staff and alumni coming back to help guide you through the process. Don't believe me? Ask Washington Patriot and Fairmont State commit Cam Moore.
I've gotten a lot of looks with Post 14 more than any other team. It's probably been one of my favorite teams to play for.
The Berkeley Post 14 Hornets are the premier Legion baseball team in the area.
And the streak continues! CMA's Martinsburg dealerships continue to knock out the competition with their competitive pricing, extensive selection, and lifetime powertrain warranty. With over 450 new and used vehicles in stock and on the way, CMA won't leave you waiting on the bench.
That's right, CMA's Martinsburg dealerships are once again the most valuable dealers in the area.
For the strongest and deepest lineups, visit CMA's Martinsburg dealerships online at martinsburg.cmacars.com today. And good luck to all Panhandle High School student athletes.
Back to the Hedgesville Baseball Complex as we head to the bottom of the 6th inning with the Hedgesville Eagles looking to add on to their 3-2 lead. A comeback performance for the Eagles. They were down 2-1 entering the 5th inning, but a nice rally from the bottom of the order. It started with a Gagino single, followed by an RBI single from Noah Brown, an RBI double from Jackson Rudest. That puts the Eagles in the lead here at 3-2. Since early in the ball game, we've seen Lane DeWater start to dominate. He gets a 3-strikeout inning there in the bottom of the 5th. I'm sorry, in the top of the 6th. And here in the bottom of the 6th, we're trying to see what Hedgesville can do to potentially add on to this inning, or can Spring Mills keep it at just a one-run ball game as Bromwell starts with a pitch that misses high and inside to Pence for ball 1.
Yeah, Pence had to duck underneath that one, otherwise it would have rang his bell.
Landon Pence on the day, a single and a fly out so far. The 1-0 from Bromwell is fouled away. One ball, one strike here on Pence, who played well tonight, the left fielder. Awaits the next one from the big right-hander, Bromwell, and it's fouled away for strike number 2. So Pence finds himself in a 1-ball, 2-strike count. 3-2 our score, 6th inning. Bromwell looks into his catcher, Everhart, and the next pitch misses outside for ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Hedgesville trying to add on to its 3-2 lead. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Pence. The next pitch fouled away. Still 2-0 between Washington and Hampshire over in Section 2. That game has headed to the 6th inning.
I wonder if that one plays Jefferson tomorrow.
In the 3-team double elimination tournament, there's a called strike 3 on a pitch at the knees. Bromwell picking up another one.
Yeah, that one had some movement, kind of froze Pence there, and another one bites the dust. Bromwell still has had a solid start. I mean, you couldn't ask for anything too much more from him. I mean, he's kept them in this one. It's just kind of slipped away. They still have a chance, but...
Yeah, that's his 7th strikeout. I mean, he's been good. If you only give up 3 runs to Hedgesville, you feel pretty good about it. Wolf leads off this inning, takes a call and strike. 1, and really for the majority of this game, I mean, Spring Mills has at times outplayed Hedgesville, but Hedgesville able to get the timely hitting and could be enough to get this win. I mean, we knew this would be not as easy as that last one was for the Eagles. We knew Bromwell, if the defense was a little bit better behind him, he had a little bit better stuff, he could do enough to make it close, and he's battled so far. No 2 count on Wolf. Pitch misses high and outside for ball 1. When you look at 7 strikeouts, 3 walks, 4 hits given up, 3 runs, only 1 of them earned tonight as well. The 1-2 from Bromwell is low for a ball. So unless something drastic happens here with 1 out in the inning, Bromwell's most likely going to pitch well enough to get a win, but we'll see if his offense can pick him up in the 7th. Still got a lot of baseball left, even though we only have a few outs remaining. A lot could change the outcome of this one. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Wolf, who's flown out and struck out so far today. Bromwell delivers on 2-2. Strike 3 called on the outside corner. The 8th strikeout of the evening for Bromwell. 2nd one tonight, Wolf falls victim to. And Gage Gano comes to the plate. He's 1 for 1. Was hit by a pitch in the 2nd, singled came around to score to tie the game at 2 back in the 5th before Hedgesville would take the lead on the very next pitch, or the very next batter, I should say, with Jackson Rest getting an RBI double. Well, 2 outs here. Gano takes the first pitch for a called strike. Alex Bromwell throwing a gem out there on the mound for Spring Mills, who trail it 3-2 here in the 6th inning. The next pitch from Bromwell, high and inside for ball 1.
This will only be his 95th pitch. I mean, he's been efficient up there on the mound, really mixing it. I mean, only 59 strikes out of those now 94 pitches, almost 95.
Next pitch fouled away by Gage Gano.
We mentioned the defense that needed to step up. There's been 3 errors, but it hasn't been costly errors. I mean, 2 of the 3 runs have been earned tonight. Only the 1 unearned out of those 3 errors.
Depending on which game changer you look at.
That's true. I believe I'm looking at
Spring Mills.
Spring Mills. Actually, no. This is Hedgesville's.
Whatever one I'm looking at has a 1 earned run. I'm at Spring Mills. So, either way, though.
There really needs to be an official scorebook.
I would always say that it would be the home team, because I believe that is technically how it works. The home team's the official scorer. So, whatever you have is what we'll go with, Colin. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 down. The next pitch, fouled away.
But you know, like, when we go out to Little League, you have somebody neutral in the press box running the scorebook, keeping track of the pitch count. I don't know why they can't have that for high school baseball.
Probably be a lot of work to pay somebody extra. You have to find people to want to do that. This one hit on the ground toward first. Tossed by the pitcher. By the first baseman Stanley to the pitcher. Bromwell is in time for the final out of the inning, but Gano certainly made it close. We head to the 7th inning. 3-2, Hedgesville trying to get the win here in this first round matchup. And what's been a pitcher's duel so far, Lane DeLauder will try to close it out for the Eagles when we come back. This is West Virginia High School Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV Tech.
This is Eric at Hagerstown Ford. Over the last decade, the way we buy things have evolved. Now, you get on your phone, click Want It, and it shows up at your front door. At Hagerstown Ford, it is that convenient. We've changed the car buying experience on the I-81 corridor forever. And with a return policy better than Walmart, there's absolutely no reason to buy a new or used car, truck, or SUV anywhere else. Just like Amazon, Hagerstown Ford will deliver the vehicle to you, where you are, and on your time. And if you don't want it, return it. No questions asked. Why waste your time at a car dealership playing the dumb back-and-forth games? Besides, we hate it more than you do. I assure you, no dealership from Winchester, Virginia to Washington, D.C. will beat our price. No dealership from Chambersburg, Pennsylvania to Baltimore, Maryland will beat our price. And no other dealership will allow you to return it if you don't want it. Hagerstown Ford absolutely provides the best experience at the best price. Visit HagerstownFord.com to schedule your VIP experience. Click on the vehicle you want and get your new ride delivered to you at no risk.
See dealer for details.
We welcome you back to the Hedgesville Baseball Complex. The first score, Hedgesville 3, Spring Mills 2. Top of the 7th inning, Lane DeLauder trying to close it out with a complete game performance. The Cardinals going to go to a pinch hitter here to lead things off. It will be Rylan Swartz.
Now batting number 3, Rylan Swartz.
DeLauder so far with 7 strikeouts.
Swartz takes the first one for a called strike.
And now he has 10 pitches to work with as well.
For Sweeney. So probably have to go to the pen, but we'll see. A big swing and a miss for strike 2.
It looks like it's still Elliott warming up over there for Hedgesville.
The 0-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Lane DeLauder with another strikeout here tonight. Give him now a total of 8.
Yep, both pitchers now have 8 tonight. So both wheeling and dealing. Spring Mills down to its final 2.
That'll bring Sweeney to the plate. Sweeney so far 0 for 2 on the day. He fouls off the first pitch he sees. A fielder's choice RBI for Sweeney. Back of the second, that at the time had given Hedgesville a 2-1 lead. They led until the 5th inning when the Eagles come back to make it 3-2, and that's where our score is now here in the 7th with 1 down. Also a line out for Sweeney. He takes that pitch for a called strike 2 at the letters. Sweeney disagreeing with the call. The 0-2. Ground ball, or I'm sorry, ball that hits the ground. Okay. Could kind of call it a ground ball, but that might confuse our radio.
No, it would confuse people because typically a ground ball is a ball hit into play.
1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 down. The next pitch, fouled away, hit off of, I believe, somebody's foot down there potentially. But
I think it hit off the fence right in front of where everybody's standing in that first base dugout a few feet higher, and that's very dangerous.
Yeah, you got to be
Fortunately,
careful down there.
Yeah.
In the dugout. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out.
Everybody's okay.
Yeah, good to see. The 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Strikeout number 9 for Lane DeLauder. And it's back-to-back to begin this 7th. This is the Lane DeLauder I think Hedgesville's very happy to see because he's had his ups and downs at times, throughout the season. But when he's pitching like this is why he's committed to JMU. And he's only a junior. I think we forget about that because he's 6'6". He's got the JMU commitment. He's still got another year to develop.
Yeah.
And that's probably why at times we see a little bit of inconsistency as the pitch hits the zone for strike number 1 to Engel. Next pitch misses low for ball 1. DeLauder trying to go the complete game. The 1-1 popped up and heads away. 1 ball, 2 strikes. DeLauder looking for strikeout number 10 and the victory over the Spring Mills Cardinals here in round 1 of the sectional tournament here in Region 2, Section 1 in the state of West Virginia. The Eagles the number 1 seed, the Cardinals the 4 seed in the section. The next pitch, called strike 3! A 10 strikeout day for Lane DeLauder. And he's able to get the last 6 outs all on strikeouts. And the Eagles get the 3-2 win over Spring Mills. We will take a 2-minute break and then head into the post-game show where we will have Coach Eric Grove and our player of the game, which you can probably guess who that's going to be based on how this one finished. Hedgesville gets the win 3-2 over Spring Mills. We're back for the post-game show on the other side of this break.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%, Parsons' goal of financing for all, and Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons number 1 for used cars too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became number 1 by making you number 1 first. Parsons.
Hello?
We're here again 3 times in the past 2 days.
You're where?
Bechtel Jewelers. Look.
Can Mom hear you?
No, she's in a diamond coma. Get her the pendant, or I will.
Hey, that's my credit card.
What? Can't hear you, Dad. You're breaking up.
It's going to take more than a crying baby to wake her out of this diamond coma. You're going to need a mega dose of jewelry from Bechtel Jewelers.
Happiness grows here. Orr's Farm Market.
Strawberry season is here at Orr's Farm Market. Pick Your Own strawberries will be starting around May 13th, and you can make a reservation to come and pick, or buy some that are already picked. We're also offering a season pass this year, so get online at orrsfarmmarket.com to see the details. Visit our bakery counter today to try our new homemade quiches, pepperoni rolls, and don't miss our 2 new flavors of homemade strawberry donuts. Check us out on Facebook and Instagram, and remember, Orr's Farm Market, happiness grows here.
The game may be over, but don't go away just yet. We've got a complete game recap, analysis, stats, the player of the game, and we'll prepare you for our next broadcast. All on the Postgame Show. So let's return to the field and rejoin our Talk Radio WRNR broadcast team.
Welcome you back here to Hedgesville Baseball Complex as the Eagles get the 3-2 first-round section win over Spring Mills to now advance and take on the winner of the Musselman-Martinsburg game, which will be played tomorrow at 7 p.m. We'll be there, 6:40 pregame show. It's a double elimination tournament, so Spring Mills season not over yet. They await the loser of that game tomorrow. They will then play them. The Cardinals gave a great effort here tonight, but unfortunately for Spring Mills, they come up short for Hedgesville. You're probably not completely happy with this one, considering that this is a team you just beat 21-0 the other day, but also you got to give credit where credit's due. Alex Bromwell throwing a gem on the other side. Very tough pitcher, very good pitcher for Spring Mills, able to help keep them in this ball game. And Hedgesville didn't give up. They kept fighting, and they found a way to win. So overall, I think both teams can take some positives from this one tonight. Obviously, Hedgesville getting the win feels a lot better about it with it being the postseason. But we welcome you into the postgame show, the Rocks Local Markets Fast, Fresh, Friendly postgame show. Rocks has convenient locations around the Eastern Panhandle. And we will get into our game summary, brought to you by the Farmers and Mechanics Insurance Companies. When it comes to your home, auto, farm, or business, they're trusted, reliable, and experienced. Call them at 304-263-0809 or go to fmiwv.com. So this game started with an early Spring Mills 1-0 lead in the top of the first inning. The Eagles, the Hedgesville Eagles, would reply with a run of their own to tie it up at 1. But then Spring Mills took a 2-1 lead in the second, and then zeros went on the board for both teams before Hedgesville would rally in that bottom of the fifth inning. A Gage Gano single, a pop out by Braylon Connor, followed by an RBI single from Noah Brown, an RBI double from Jackson Rest to give the Eagles the 3-2 lead. And Lane DeLauder was just shut down really from the second inning on, or after the second inning, so from the third inning on, DeLauder just dominates out there to help Hedgesville get this 3-2 win. We'll now get into our game stats brought to you by Bechtel Jewelers, West Virginia's largest Pandora retailer on Route 11 South Inwood, taking care of you like nobody's business. For the Eagles, it was an 0-for-3 day for Braylon Connor, a 1-for-3 day for Noah Brown for a run scored and RBI. Jackson Rest goes 1-for-2 with a run scored and that game-winning RBI as well. Connor Quinn 1-for-3, an RBI. Landon Pence 1-for-3. And then Gage Gano goes 1-for-2 with a run scored. In total, it's only 5 hits for Hedgesville. 3 runs on 5 hits, 1 error for the Eagles. Lane DeLauder, though, great performance for him. 7 innings, 6 hits, 2 runs. None of them were earned, and 10 strikeouts, including the last 6 outs, all being strikeouts for DeLauder. On the Spring Mills side, Engel goes 0-for-3. Compton goes 1-for-3. A 1-for-3 from Bromwell, a 1-for-3 from Girard, and a 3-for-3 for Mason Everhart. In total, 6 hits, 6 of 26 goes Hedgesville at the plate. Goes Spring Mills at the plate. Bromwell 6 innings, 5 hits, 3 runs, 2 earned, 3 walks, 8 strikeouts for Bromwell in the loss, but an excellent performance. Unfortunately for him, it's a loss, but I mean he pitched great. So, tough one. As looks like Colin is grabbing Coach Grove along with Lane DeLauder, who is our player of the game. Our player of the game brought to you by WVU Medicine, Berkeley and Jefferson Medical Centers, leading healthcare here and everywhere. As I mentioned, Lane dominated today 7 innings, 6 hits, 2 runs, 10 strikeouts. As Colin and Lane make the trot toward home plate to, begin this interview, and interested to see what Lane has to say, because it started a little bit shaky for him, but he eventually would turn it around and pitch pretty well here tonight. So we will send it to Colin and have him take it away whenever he is ready with Lane DeLauder.
Thank you, Nick. I'm down here with tonight's winning pitcher as well as our player of the game from Hedgesville, Lane DeLauder. Lane, great performance out there once you really got settled in on the mound. 10 strikeouts, a dominating performance. Just talk about the win tonight and hard-fought game.
Honestly, we came out here. In my head, I was ready to go. Bullpens went good. Warm-up went good. Came out here, and they actually put up a battle against us, and I think that got in our head a little bit. We were off to a slow start, and a couple of team talks in the batting cages got us settled in, really figured it out, came out here and got the win.
What was the difference for you out there mindset-wise once you really got settled in on the mound to have such a dominating performance?
Obviously some of the calls may be a little iffy, but that's nothing I can control. I settled down in my head, did what I could do, tried to throw as much strikes as I can, do the best for the team.
Now your team gets to continue in the winner's bracket, takes on the winner of tomorrow's game between Martinsburg and Musselman, as that one's been postponed. So now you get a day of rest to gear up for that one Thursday. What are you excited for the rest of the postseason from your team?
I'm just ready to see out here. I'm just ready to come out here and see how we battle against these teams and these a lot of pressure on us. We've been rolling through the season, but a lot of these local teams we get a little tight on. And I think we need to come out here ready to go and just be fired up from the start.
All right, Lane, anything else?
That's it. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Congrats on the win, man. Appreciate the time. Go rest up. I'll get your coach over here now. Looks like Coach Grove is ready. Once I get him over here, we'll have him briefly. So I'm now joined by the head coach of the Hedgesville Eagles, Coach Eric Grove. Coach Grove, congrats on the win. First off, a very passionate speech after the game to your team. Just share your thoughts on tonight's performance.
It's kind of perplexing because I told people, it's hard when you take days off to what to expect when we come out here. I thought these were two of our best practices of the year, Saturday and Monday. And, sometimes you just don't hit. But I can take when you don't hit, but you're taking, good approach at the plate and swinging early in the count. Very timid, very passive, taking strike 3 like 4 times in a row, 6th and 7th inning. That's not going to win most games. We got lucky tonight, and we just have to mentally understand that there are controllables and uncontrollables, and we have to do what we can control. We get away from that, we struggle, and this was a struggle tonight.
DeLauder, though, on the mound, 10 strikeouts, really settled in and had the dominating performance for your team once he was settled in. Just talk about his performance out there and what you thought from him overall.
Springwell's hit well early, and he's one of these guys that if he gets through the 2nd and 3rd inning, he usually gets better as the game goes on. We'd really like to give him a lead, and he pitches better with a lead like everybody does just about. He pitched well. Composure was iffy a couple times, but at least he acknowledged that, and that was a step in the right direction. I had a lot of people. I try and get a lot of opinions on things just because I don't know everything about baseball. I don't think anybody does. We're all just small people in this game. And a lot of people were like, maybe you shouldn't throw him. Maybe you shouldn't throw one or him or Jackson or Tanner. I said, these games are about you got to win 3 games, and we have 3 pitchers we feel really comfortable with. So we had to step up and do it. And obviously very happy we pitched him because their pitcher threw very well, had us off balance, and we just didn't have the right offensive mindset. And I don't know who else would have won this game. So that was good that we were able to do that, even though, we had to expend him right now. We'll live with that and fight another day.
What are you telling your team for the rest of this postseason?
Well, we beat both the teams we're going to have to play, but we've also lost to both teams we have to play. So, we got good and bad vibes. Hopefully this is the worst we play going forward. And if we play better against those teams, we've proven that we play games that beat them. But this was not going to get it done. Offensively, not get it done because both those teams can usually score a few more runs. And, it's hard. It could just be one game. And you never know how this translates to the next. We're going to practice tomorrow. We'll probably watch the game tomorrow night. And I'm not rooting for anybody. We got to worry about ourselves.
All right, anything else, Coach Grove?
No, sir. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Congrats on the win. Send it back up to you now, Nick.
Thank you, Colin. Good stuff from both Coach Grove and Lane DeWater. As we mentioned, Lane was our player of the game here tonight with his 7 innings, 6 hits, 2 runs, 10 strikeouts. Hedgesville gets the win, 3-2 over Spring Mills. They advance, or they continue, I guess, or go into the winner's bracket is the best way to put it in this double elimination tournament. They will play the winner of Musselman Martinsburg tomorrow night again, 7 p.m. first pitch. No rain in the forecast, so we should be good for that one. 6:40 pregame show, and we're looking forward to that. But that pretty much does it here from the Hedgesville Baseball Complex. For Braden Schaffner, our cameraman, Dylan Bishop back in the studio, who you'll hear from momentarily, and Kyle McLaughlin, I'm Nick Verzolini saying so long here from the Hedgesville Baseball Complex. Once again, your final score, Hedgesville 3, Spring Mills 2. We're back tomorrow for Musselman taking on Martinsburg. This is West Virginia High School Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10. Have a good night, everyone.
Jambo Construction and Fencing Company, LLC, is a veteran-owned and operated company right here in the Eastern Panhandle, West Virginia, that specializes in decks, fencing, and hardscaping. Find us on Facebook at Jambo Construction and Fencing to see more of the projects we've completed. For a free estimate, you can call Bo Bartley at 304-268-5452 or Jamie Gall at 304-279-5053. We are licensed and insured in the state of West Virginia, and as Martinsburg alums, we say, go Bulldogs.
There's a local family moving in our territory.
What do you want from me?
Taste it. It's really good.
We'll go to the mattresses.
It's not personal. It's strictly business. Leave the guns. Take the pizza.
Rocks, now serving hot, fresh pizza to die for.
Ow, that really hurt.
WVU Medicine invites you to join us for the ribbon cutting and open house of the Expanded Heart and Vascular Institute at Berkeley Medical Center. Tours and refreshments will be available following the ribbon cutting Thursday, May 11th at 11 a.m. The Expanded Heart and Vascular Institute is located on the Berkeley Medical Center campus on the first floor of the Dorothy McCormick Center, 2000 Foundation Way in Martinsburg. WVU Medicine is proud to offer world-class heart care close to home.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%, Parsons' goal of financing for all, and Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
Remember when you were a little kid and saw your first deer?
Oh, how cute.
As an adult, maybe you've had a different experience.
Where'd that come from?
Bambi mess up your dream machine? Call Cody's Auto Body today at 304-901-4777 and get the work done right the first time. Cody's Auto Body, 851 Wilston Street in Martinsburg, has a team of auto body professionals with a lifetime of experience putting your ride back together again, regardless of how it got that way. Cody's Auto Body.
Welcome into the post-game scoreboard show here on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10, brought to you by Cody's Auto Body at 851 Wilson Street in Martinsburg, where you get the work done right the first time. Call 304-901-4777 or visit their Facebook page. Dylan Bishop with you here on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10 after you just tuned in to the first game of the sectional playoffs here in Region 2. Hedgesville with a 3-2 victory over the Spring Mills Cardinals, giving them the advancement into the next round of the sectional tournament. They will take on the winner of Musselman and Martinsburg, which was scheduled for today, but has been postponed until tomorrow due to field conditions at Musselman after the rain today. Other sectional game that we had going on in Section 2 was a 2-1 victory for the Washington Patriots over Hampshire, giving them the advancement to play at Jefferson tomorrow. That's what we have for you. So tomorrow on WRNR and TV10, we will have Martinsburg at Musselman to see who gets to face the Hedgesville Eagles in the next portion of the sectional playoff tournament. The loser of that game will then take on the Spring Mills Cardinals on Thursday. We'll get into some other scores from around the baseball world here tonight. A couple games gone final already, including the Orioles with a 4-2 victory over the Tampa Bay Rays, a 2-0 victory for the Guardians over the Detroit Tigers, and a 10-1 victory for the Rockies over the Pirates in Pittsburgh. A few games we have going on right now. Top of the 8th in Cincinnati, 7-6 lead for the Reds over the Mets. A 5-4 lead for the Phillies in Philadelphia. Bases loaded as well as they just ground out to leave the bases loaded in the bottom of the 7th. They lead 5-4 against the Blue Jays. Top of the 7th in the Bronx, 7-3 lead for the Yankees over the A's. Bottom 6 in Atlanta, 8-2 lead for the Braves over the Red Sox. Rain delay in the top of the 1st for the Royals and the White Sox in Kansas City. No score in that one. 4-0 lead for the Dodgers on the road against the Brewers in the top of the 6th. 1-1 tie in the top of the 7th between the Twins and the Padres. And it's bottom 5 at Wrigley Field. 4-3 lead for the Cardinals over the Cubs. A few games that have not gotten started yet. 9:38 first pitch for the Angels and Astros in Anaheim. 9:40 in Phoenix between the Diamondbacks and the Marlins. 9:40 start for the Mariners and Rangers, and a 9:45 start for the Nationals against the Giants. That game can be found on ESPN+. Going on to the Stanley Cup playoffs, one game going on right now on ESPN. 6-1 lead for the Hurricanes over the Devils as Carolina leads that series 2-1 and is poised, barring a miraculous comeback, to take a 3-1 lead. 9:30 on ESPN will be the Stars and the Kraken. Seattle looking to take a 3-1 lead at home as well. And one game going on in the NBA playoffs right now. 82-66 lead for the 76ers with 2 minutes left in the third quarter in Game 5 in Boston. And at 10 o'clock on TNT, will we see Game 5 between the Nuggets and the Suns. That game tied at 2 games apiece, that game in Denver. This has been the Cody's Auto Body post-game scoreboard show here on Talk Radio WRNR and TV10. Again, just after a 3-2 victory in the sectional semifinals for Hedgesville over Spring Mills. My name is Dylan Bishop for Talk Radio WRNR and TV10, hoping you have a great rest of your Tuesday evening.
You've been listening to West Virginia High School Baseball. Today's game broadcast has been brought to you by
Parsons Ford of Martinsburg, The Skinner Law Firm, Laddie's, Trips Flooring, Jambo Construction and Fencing, the Mirius Group of Financial Advisors, Smallwood and Small Insurance, CMA Honda of Winchester, Bechtel Jewelers, Cody's Auto Body, Rock's Local Markets, CMA Toyota Chevrolet of Martinsburg, Orsini's Home Store, Farmers and Mechanics Insurance Companies, WVU Medicine Berkeley and Jefferson Medical Centers, the Mansion Ferretti Law Firm, and by Hagerstown Ford.
For the continued excitement of high school, college, and Major League Baseball, keep it tuned to FM 106.5, AM 740, Comcast Cable Channel 10, and online talkradiowrnr.com. All rights reserved.